Not letting anyone on right now. Just started. Yeah, guys. So we're talking about accountability today. Essentially, the decisions that we're making, that we make, right? They have results that can be either good or bad. And we can't. Sometimes we gotta look at ourselves and say, you know what? I caused this. I caused something to happen. I'm not saying this woman caused her to be hit with this brick. I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about outside of it, okay? Because no woman should be hit with a brick, period. All right. I'm talking about outside of it. Men have to be accountable for what they do, which means if you make a mistake, you got to say, I made that mistake. You can't blame everyone else for what you did. All right. I'm saying this because, first, I want to thank everyone for coming in here. I'll give you guys a hand just for coming in. This is live number one before I continue. All right. Give you guys a hand for coming in. Double tap the screen if you can't like the video. We got 0 likes. 0 likes means that not a lot of people are going to see this live. So I ask you to please double tap the screen. It costs you $0, but it helps us live a lot. All right, you could please double tap the screen. All right, we got people. All right, you could please double tap the screen. All right, we got people come on here. I don't want you to send me invite requests just yet, but thank you guys. See you guys liking it. Appreciate that. But in a few minutes, I want you guys to send me invite requests. All right, or send to me now, and I'll let you on when once I'm ready in a second. All right. But we're talking today about accountability. Are we here to beat up on this woman? What's her name? I actually got the girl name now. Are we here to beat up on Roda Bashe or Bash? I don't know how you say her last name. No. All right. But we are here to talk about a serious subject, which is accountability. I'm saying this because I've been on TikTok and I've seen a lot of women's lives, okay? And I actually go on TikTok and look at other people's lives to study to see how people grow their audience and to see how, what people do to attract viewers and so on and so forth, okay? So I'm scrolling through TikTok and I'm seeing more than a few women who are saying that, I was just on live, for example, right? And some women were saying, look, but the majority of men are not good. Majority of black men, black men in particular, they were saying the majority of them are not good. And they were going back and forth, and they were trying to give reasons why. And I'm like, really? Like, all that we've gone through as black people as a race, and you have no problem going online, picking up your phone, all right, and telling other women and people of every race that somebody says they need to chillax, okay? So I would say some women, when they're doing this stuff that are hating on men, they do need to chillax, in my opinion, for sure. If you're doing this type of stuff, we gotta love each other, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. But we gotta be accountable for what we're doing. We have to say, look, if I made a mistake, it's my fault. I'm gonna say it's a lot in this live. This live may not be that long, y'all, but I'm gonna say it's a lot in this live, okay? Many men have ended up with many women who were wrong, and it was their fault. Many women have ended up with many. Once again, you guys, I'm not letting nobody in right now, but I'm going to let you guys in a second, okay, if you want to come on this live. All right, just give me a second. Many women have ended up with many men that were wrong, and it was the woman's fault. Same thing with the men, okay? But a lot of times, and I'm not trying to rude what I'm saying, but this is just the reality of the situation. A lot of times, some women do not know how to say, look, I made a mistake, okay? It was my fault. My picker was off. My picker was off. I picked the wrong guys. I see a certain type, and I keep going after that exact same type, and that's why I keep getting the same kind of guys, and it's my own fault. All right? Same thing with men. They'll say, oh, women ain't nothing, blah, blah, blah. Women ain't this, women ain't that. But it's your own fault, brother, because you are going into this certain type of woman, okay? And then you blame God, you blame society, you blame the city that you're living in. You go to another country, another place, and you will see there are problems with each and every race, okay? Seriously. In each and every city, there could be an issue. Sometimes we gotta look at what we're doing, okay, and say, what am I doing? I'm saying this once again because women are using this situation with this woman as an occasion to attack black men and say, see, we told you they're not gonna stand up. I'm like, wait a second. It's a lot of good black men out here, and I see them all the time. I know a guy, for example, right now. I got a friend right now. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but he actually married a woman, okay? They had a son. The woman left him with his son. He takes care of the son. He has not seen this woman in years. This is a fact. This is not a lot. I'm not making this story up. Okay? You don't hear about that on the news. Okay, somebody say, oh, that's the minority. That's the minority. How do you know that's the minority? All right, but this guy will never be on the news for that. Okay? And he's an upstanding fellow. Nice guy. I used to be at the gym with him maybe 6 months ago. I was at the gym with the guy. All right? And you would never see the guy crying, or, you know, we as men, we can't cry to each other. Okay, we can talk to each other, but we don't cry to each other. We cry inside. All right. And I'm not here to bash women, by saying it, but what I'm trying to say is that the answer is not to bash men. Okay, especially with this woman, who, my opinion, she's just running a scam for sure. To me, she's like Umar Johnson. Okay, if you know about Umar Johnson, he says a lot of good stuff. Okay, but Umar Johnson, if you actually look into him, he's been running a scam for years. Okay, I mean, I'm just going to tell you the truth. This guy's been running a scam for years. All right, and it's still people that send this guy money, and still people that won't believe. You give them all the evidence. Look, this guy's is a scam. He's created this school. He has no board for the school. He doesn't want a board for the school. People are trying to help him. People try to give him free help. He doesn't want help because it's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. But they won't believe that. We're bringing you this woman, okay? You see right here, this is a post that she had on Instagram, excuse me, all right? Everyone watching, God bless you. And it says, Trevor Noah is a B, fight me. No, let's see when this was put up, okay? Let's see when this was put up. Hold on 1 second.
So, it took me about a week to ruminate on this one, because I wanted to make sure.
Okay, December 22nd, 2022. And in this, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I will play it, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. All right. And someone says she's beautiful. If some people, she is beautiful. I'm not saying this woman's not beautiful. Oh, that's for sure. I'm not here to attack this woman's looks. But even in this video, she's some of the things that she's doing is like, once again, it goes back to we gotta take accountability. We gotta take accountability of what we're doing. All right. I'm here to talk to the men and the women. And now, if you want to come on live, let me know. Send me an invite request, all right? And I'm going to let you guys come on here. Okay, now somebody asked, how is she scamming? I missed it. I'm going to let you know how she's scamming. Number one, in 2020, this woman, all right, sued, I believe, a dollar store. I don't know if she actually went through suing them. She said she would. You can actually watch the video, which I have pulled up actually here on Facebook. All right. She went to a dollar store. You wanna know why? I'm explaining you why, okay? She went to a dollar store. On the video, all right, on the video. Now, her name is Roda Bashe, Bashe. On this video, she's seen in a dollar store. All right, let me see if I can turn so maybe you guys can hear this. If you can't hear this, let me know.
Guys, that I was swearing, nobody saw it, nobody can confirm it, but you're asking me to leave because I'm a black person. So why are you asking me to leave? What did I...
Now, in this video, she's basically, when I'm playing, she's standing in front of a security guard in a dollar store, okay? I'm going to turn this up. Now, when she's alleging in this story, for example, right, because you're asking, well, how's this scam? I'm trying to explain it to you, okay? What she's alleging in this story is that she was talking in her native language of Somalian, and two people, which we never see, all right, which wouldn't be her fault. She can't just make them come, all right, but based on what she's saying, she was speaking in her native tongue, and two different people decided to run to the security and say, hey, she's speaking in her native tongue. I personally, I'm not sure about that story. I highly doubt it, to tell you the truth. But let's look at how this goes, because this gives us insight into her personality. It says institutionalized racism. This is what it says, okay? From this incident, she got, I think, around $4,000 or $5,000 from a GoFundMe. Okay, as you can see below, she had another GoFundMe for this incident, and she got over $37,000. Okay, this is what I mean when I say this. Like reminds you of Umar Johnson. It's a scam. It's a scam. She's running this scam. They call it an affinity scam. That's what she's doing. She's running an affinity scam on black women. I'm sorry. I just got to tell you that. Black women who will empathize for her, I should say. Okay. You can't say that, brother. How do you know? Because there's a mountain of evidence. It's a mountain of evidence. When you look at it, it'll make you say, odd. Very odd. Very, very odd. When you meet a I'll give you an example before I play this video. I know a lady, for example, who on more than one occasion, she was found to have slipped inside of a store. She's in the dollar store. She slipped. She's in, Family Dollar. She slipped. She's in Dollar Tree. She slips. Every time you turn around, the woman is saying she slipped in Dollar Store. And I'm like, I believe it the first time. But 3 times you slipped in the dollar store. Now you try to run game on them, okay? Once again, with this woman, it's incident after incident, situation after situation where she's not able to put out a GoFundMe. And this kind of stuff makes you say, this is kind of odd. You got to be a complete idiot not to see this stuff. Okay, so let's hit play.
But you guys, so a random person came up to you guys and told you guys that I was swearing. Nobody saw it. Nobody could confirm it. But you're asking me to leave because I'm a black person.
No.
So why are you asking me to leave? What did I do wrong?
The store manager asked me to ask you to play.
Okay, so I would like to see the store manager, please.
Okay, so she said, "Why are you asking me to leave? Is it because I'm black?" She's well within her rights to ask that. The guy said no. The security guard said no. The store manager sent me out to ask you to leave. So she's saying, "All right, I want to see the manager." So now they go to the manager.
No, well, okay. It's up to her whether she.
I want to know why you guys are asking me to leave when I'm speaking in my language. Is there anybody here speak Somali? Who's the floor man? You're asking me to leave a store for doing nothing wrong, for speaking another language.
Hold on, let me stop for a second before I continue this. Shauna says, so you're saying the man that hit her with this brick is part of the scam? Actually, he could be part of the scam, to tell you the truth. I don't know. From her history, he actually could be part of the scam. I'm glad you said that, okay? Or it could be that she used that as an occasion by egging the guy on, okay? But let's continue, okay?
Makes people uncomfortable for me to speak.
There's a variety of ways to make somebody hit you if you really want to. There's a variety of ways to make something bad happen if you know how to do that, okay?
My language where I have every right to speak.
Yeah, people are like, oh, it's impossible to make a man hit you. No, it's not. It's very easy if you find the right kind of guy. If you know the guy prior, if you keep on pushing a man or woman, you can make anybody touch you. I'm just speaking facts. Oh, it's impossible for me to happen. No, it's not impossible. Okay, it's not impossible. I'm looking at this woman's story like this. We can either believe her or not believe her. So when we believe her, we look at the evidence. Even as I'm playing the story, okay, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. But I'm also looking at maybe she's lying. I'm looking at both sides of the story, okay? That's how you judge to figure out if something is real. Same thing with Carly Russell. When Carly Russell's situation happened, I said, listen, I'm going to believe Carly Russell because I don't have no reason to doubt her. When people start bringing up evidence saying, look, this girl is scam. This girl's lying. This girl's lying, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to let you on once I'm done playing this video. Okay, I'll see someone to me if I request, all right? When people start bringing up evidence on TikTok saying, look, Carly Russell was lying, I was like, you know what? This is a serious situation. I really don't want to even look at those videos. But people was right about that. They looked at the other side and said, what if she's lying? Okay. But it's such a serious situation. It's more serious than this girl getting hit with a brick. Someone being taken is a million times more worse than somebody being hit with a brick. Okay. But still, people touch the situation and say, well, maybe this is a scam because it's too many things that's off with this story. I personally, that kind of person to look into something like that. I'll probably say, look, let's see how it pans out. But people went and looked at it and they was right. So we look at this woman with this brick and we say, oh, well, maybe let's just judge what she's saying. Oh, no, you got to be the bad guy. Okay, once again, she could be running the scam just like Umar Johnson, just like all the other people that run scams. And true scammers always do things in such a way so that people will immediately empathize with them. It's the same thing the USA does all the time, okay? They run stuff on a nation as a whole all the time. They, I got to be careful how I word this. They take people out in this nation and then say, it was a natural thing. It was this, it was that. It was the terrorists when it was them that was doing the stuff, okay? And they've been doing this for years. And most people in the USA believe them because they said, oh, it's such an old situation. No, they did that stuff. They did that to y'all. And then they said, look, death is involved. We have to be right. Believe us, death is involved. Believe us. Don't doubt us. Believe us, death is involved. And they always push death into your face. They always push a person being harmed in your face. And the USA is the biggest scam artist, in my opinion, on entire earth. But when a person comes and does the same thing that the USA does, all of a sudden, no, we got to throw our knowledge out the window. No, I'm not doing that. I'm using my same knowledge that I would use when I look at the United States of America, and I'm putting it on people that are alleging things like this, okay? So let's continue. She's in the dollar store, all right? She says 2 different people came up and were mad at her because she was speaking in her native tongue. I never heard a story like this before, but it can happen. Giving her the benefit of the doubt. It's possible that people were racist, and she was just speaking on her phone, speaking in Somalian, and some racist people said, let's cuss her out because she's speaking in another language. That can happen. I'm sure it's happened before. So let's give her the benefit of the doubt here, okay? And let's continue.
Exactly. I'm shopping. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't bother anybody.
I'm just saying, I was asked to ask you.
Okay.
All it was.
I want to know why I'm being asked to leave. Hi. Is there a reason why you're asking me to leave the store?
Because of the fact that I explained to you how the customers that came in here.
Now the manager just walked out from the back. This is a Hispanic woman. You can look this up online yourself. You go on Facebook and type in Roda Bashe, a small Somalian woman was racially profiled for speaking her native tongue in dollar store. Things can progress towards change. It's all about mindset, about your mindset. Okay.
And they told me that you're using profanity.
But they were lying, ma'am, because I was speaking in Somali, and I know nobody here speaks Somali. There is no Somali community here.
You're not even letting me try and get to you and talk to you, trying to explain to you. You keep interrupting me. So that's all the reason was for, because first the lady came right here. I was getting ready to go tell you, but I had to go do something. Another one came. And
So the manager's being very civil. She says, oh, the only reason why, you were asked is because I got 2 different people saying that you were, being belligerent X, Y, Z, okay? And then Roda's the name of the woman, okay? She says that was a lie. Once again, we can either believe it or not believe it. We gotta look at the evidence, okay? So let's continue.
That's when I approached you.
But they're lying, ma'am. Did you see me do anything wrong?
I didn't see you. They just 2 customers came up.
I see somebody sending you a request. I'm gonna let you guys on once I'm done playing this video. No disrespect.
Speaking another language, so that was absolutely wrong. And I did not do anything wrong. And when you came up to me, that was really offensive. That's why I was like, and I didn't say anything wrong to you. I didn't yell at you. All I said was, they're lying. That's not true. I don't appreciate this. Unless you...
Not today.
I said, not today. Exactly. Not today. I don't feel like dealing with racism today. Today is Tuesday. This is racism because I'm a black woman in a store and someone comes up to you and tells you she's swearing. You should first see if I'm swearing. You didn't see me swear, so you should have just left me alone. That's what you should have
All I
done.
did was approach you and ask you. You told me not today.
Not today.
So Rhoda says, look, all right, what they said was a lie. You should have just left me alone. Now, in that instance, the Rhoda is wrong, because if you're a store manager and you're getting complaints, you have to act. She has to act. All right. Rhoda says she's only 29. She's 29 years old. Maybe she doesn't know. I don't know if maybe she never worked a regular job before. I don't know. But a manager has to do something. Okay. I worked retail before. You can't just say, oh, well, people are complaining about somebody. Let me just not bother them. She has to do something. All right.
I said not
I'm
today.
just saying, I'm not going to fault the manager for doing that. That's what I'm trying to say here. All right. She said she approached Rhoda, and Rhoda said not today since you to her.
That's true. I have every right to say not today. I don't feel like being harassed today. I feel like going to the store, buying my stuff, and not being harassed. So why am I being asked to leave the store?
You were rude, and I was trying to tell you.
I wasn't being rude to you. You came up to me, ma'am, when I was shopping.
I did come up to you because I was.
I have every right to say that I don't want to deal with false line. I don't know if you know how it feels to be a black person, but as a black person, you are always being accused of doing things wrong. And, yeah, exactly. So how do you feel when people come up to you and say that she did this? I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I would like to be in the store. I have not harassed anybody. I'm a 29-year-old doctoral student. I don't do anything to anybody. That was racist, and you should have been able to evaluate that as a brown woman. Can I continue shopping?
Now, the thing is, Rhoda is not necessarily wrong in what she's saying, but the woman is trying to evaluate it. As the woman said earlier, she said, you're over talking me. All right. The woman is trying to evaluate it. Rhoda is hyped up. It's either once again, you either believe or not believe. It's either Rhoda's telling the truth or Rhoda's lying, and she's trying to use it as an occasion to get money off them. And at the end of the day, she got thousands of dollars out of this incident. Okay. You may say, well, that's just a coincidence. It doesn't mean that she was lying, but it happens more than one time. Okay. It happened more than one time. That's the thing. When you got a mountain of evidence, you got to look at it like, they call it a preponderance of evidence. Okay, it's tons of evidence, one upon another. You slipped and fell in Dollar Tree. You slipped and fell at the supermarket. You slipped and fell at Six Flags. You slipped and fell at what is it called, King's Dominion, whatever. You got all these cases of slip and falls. And at this point, we gotta say this seems odd. Okay, but let's continue.
Without being harassed, please. And if I'm not, I'm going to make a lawsuit because this is a racism.
It's totally up to you.
I was not doing anything wrong. This is the third time I'm instructed, sir. I'm just trying to buy my stuff.
It's totally up to the store whether they want to allow you to.
I'm asking the store.
And it's totally up to you whether you want to stay here. They have.
So the guy says it's totally up to you, Rhoda, if you want to stay here, but I gotta, defer to the store manager. Rhoda, even though she may be kind of upset, if she was wrong, she has the right to be upset. Number one, I've been treated racist before. I've been followed by cops on various occasions. I've been pulled over in my car many, many times, especially when I had a black car, by cops for doing absolutely nothing wrong. So I understand how this be treated, to be racially profiled, especially as a black man. Rhoda is actually a foreigner. All right, she's a foreigner to this nation. All right, but she's grabbing onto the black woman. I mean, she's seen as a black woman. Most people not know that unless they hear, know about her a little more. So, but she's grabbing onto that right now. Okay, and you can be a foreigner and still be treated racist. I'm not gonna say it's not possible, but she's grabbing on this right now. She's essentially asking, can I still shop in the store? Which I think is a problem that she would even want to shop at the store. I wouldn't. But she's asking, basically, at the end, you're going to see her say, can I still shop here?
Politely ask that you leave the store. And
for no reason.
Well, that's just their prerogative.
Are you asking me to leave the store?
Lady said, can you please leave the store? Yeah. Okay, now what does Rhoda say? The manager, she says, Rhoda says, are you asking me to leave the store? The manager says, yes, can you please leave the store? Yeah. Because in the manager's mind, I said, look, I don't know what's really going on here. It's better if you just leave the store. The manager should have apologized, in my opinion, because you should always apologize if you don't really know. That's something that she should have done. But let me see if she does apologize. Let's see how this ends. It's about to end right now.
Okay, you will be hearing from me. This is going to be on Facebook, and everybody's going to find out about this, and I will be suing you guys. Thank you guys so much.
All right, and that's the end of that. So Rhoda said, look, it's going to be on Facebook. I'm going to sue you guys. I mean, I can tell right now, if I was able to sue people for all the times I was racially profiled, I would be a multi-billion. I'm not even exaggerating. I'll be a multi-billionaire right now. Times I'm waiting for buses and cops pull me over. Times I'm walking out in the street and I literally had it like change. I had dimes to my name. I had change to my name. I was broke and cops pulled me over just to get my information. I cannot tell you the amount of times that's happened to me as a young man. Okay. I've been racially profiled so much I actually forgot about some of the incidents. I'm not making this up. Okay. Some people want to cash in. If you can do that, the reality is that sometimes people say hit them where it hurts. Okay. I'm not saying that it's wrong for her for trying to, if she was, if this really happened, it's not wrong for her to try to, expose them. All right. But at the same time, when you look at other things around her, and it seems odd. Now, from this, she got thousands of dollars from a GoFundMe. Okay, I just want to say it right now. She made a GoFundMe. Now, my thing is, I'm looking at it like. Now, somebody may say, well, she had to GoFundMe because let me let this person in here. She got a GoFundMe because she may need money for her legal team. I don't know. All right, it's possible. Let me let this person in here, and we're gonna see what you got to say. What's going on? Sassy, what's happened? Sassy, classy.
So is this the same young lady that everybody's been talking about?
Yes.
Okay, let me just say this. Go ahead.
Hello, how you doing today, man? I'm on my wife's TikTok, and I'm just here to, have like a healthy discussion about, anything that you want to have about like gender relations or feminism or, anything else that might be on your mind, man.
Well, we're talking about the title above, the words above, which is women must take, and this is not all women, this is some women, okay, and same with some men. Women must take accountability just like men do. It goes both ways. So I'm gonna explain more about what that is, what that means. All right, but first I'm gonna let Sassy. We gonna order here, so I'm gonna and then you guys can chime in at the same time. But I want to let Sassy go first, so nobody gets mad at me. Okay, I want to make sure everybody gets to go in order. So Sassy, classy, what do you want to say? I'm listening. We're listening.
In regards to the the tape we just heard, I'm gonna say that sometimes your reaction or response can overshadow what the situation that you're addressing. So I get what she's saying, but it seems like that she was trying to lead the conversation. It could just be me, to get them to admit that there was some kind of discrimination, and nobody in their right mind in corporate or leadership would do that. That is,
Right.
the barrier of proof is on you. Now, the lady said, I didn't hear it. She's
Right.
the one who started throwing in discrimination. And I'm just going to give, and as a one African American of America, I've been followed more times than none. And there was a time in was it Ultra or Sephora? Regardless, we were in a makeup store, and a security guard. This is funny though. A security guard was following me and my daughter through the aisles, but we was watching a blonde steal. We was watching a blonde steal, and we was like, "Damn, she cleaning them out." Like she was going from Too Faced to a bunch of other high end foundations and concealers, and she was like just sticking stuff. But the security guard was watching me and my daughter. So I told
Now, why do you say that? Why do you say she was stealing? You saw her taking the items and putting it in her backpack or in her pocket or something like that? I'm just wondering.
No, we saw her stealing. We was watching her steal.
But how do you know that she was stealing? Was she taking the items and putting them in her pocket? That's what I'm trying to say. How do you know that she was stealing? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
She was taking the items off the shelf and put it in her pocket. Not her pocket, but her pocket. She had a coat on. So she went up to the counter And I told my daughter, I said, don't say nothing because this man been watching us and he's been missing the real culprit. So she goes up to the counter. She pays for one item. We're two people behind her. We get up to the counter. I told my daughter, I said, make sure she's out the mall because I wanted her to get away. So I told him, I said, so your security guy's been following me and my daughter around, but we've been watching the blonde still. So the manager was like, what? Goes to the back, looks at the video, and is infuriated.
Okay.
I said, this is what happens when you racially profile. I said, we're watching her steal, and he watching us watch the thief. So I get it. But we didn't go all up there and was like, let me tell you what happened. We didn't do none of that.
Yeah.
It's a
Now,
way
I was.
that you can respond to
I'm
things.
sorry. Go ahead.
It's a way that you can respond to things that will bring credibility or doubt.
Right. Like with her, if she was telling the truth, like my thing about this story is this. She says she was speaking Somalian and two different people got mad at her. I feel like it was more to the story than that. I feel like it was probably some kind of incident. Maybe she was. I don't think that story. I don't think that she's telling the truth right there. But I could be wrong because I wasn't there. But it just seems it almost enters the realm of the far fetchedness because I'm like it got to be more to it than that. Even if it's something they did else to you, sister, let us know. But it's like it just ends at that. To me, it's just like it just seems very very odd. But I'm like okay, well, the fact that she's kind of like I'm gonna bring a suit against y'all. It just made me kind of look at it like it just seemed kind of odd. You know what I mean?
No merit. She didn't catch. And this is my thing. If you pay attention to what the manager said, she said they came and said that you were using profanity, not that you were speaking a different language and they were uncomfortable with that. It was that you were being belligerent and using foul language. Pay attention to what the manager is saying.
Right, that's true. But the argument could be that they're right. I'm not saying she could be right, but the argument could be they were lying. They were lying. She was just speaking Somali. They was lying, and they just said it. They just said it because they wanted something bad to happen to her. Right. And my thing is, like, that could be true, and that has happened before. I'm sure. I've never heard a story quite like that. But my thing is, it's as I said, it's a preponderance of evidence. It's a large amount of evidence of things like this that she has come into situations like this that are like. How do you just keep falling into these situations, people? Like, how is it you just keep falling into these type of situations all the time? And then on top of that, you always are able to get a GoFundMe. It's like, and then when I say I think you may be a scammer, people are like, oh no, you can't say that. You can't say that because something happened to her. I'm like, listen, this is how scammers work. They always work off of that. For example, when they say something is an affinity scam, affinity scam means I'm gonna get their religious community. I'm gonna get people in the church. I'm gonna get people in the Islamic community. I'm gonna get y'all because y'all are able to say, okay, this is serious. So I'm gonna use that and say, listen, they was doing that against our religion. They was doing that against something that we all have a common, like in it to get everybody's hearts involved. Then if somebody says, listen, this person is actually a scammer, people won't want to hear that because they already are invested and they feel like, listen, this is she like us. We can't we don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So I feel like she could be running that type of joint on.
Right.
But can I chime in?
Did you hear this? When she said the manager said, well, when I approach you, you said not today. So if you're already on the defense, this is my thing, and I know everybody handles situations differently. We can all stand in one window and look and have.
I'm trying to be like, what do you call it? Like cordial. I don't want to interrupt nobody and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what if when the lady approached her, she didn't say, "Well, not today." Listen to what the lady said, and then say, "You know what? No, that didn't happen." And you can run the tape because I'm pretty sure you have a video in here. Run the tape and see what really happened, and let's go from there.
True Nazis that go around trying to say like, oh, the black person must have resisted arrest when it turns out the black person was just running away or was complying the whole time and that person just got killed. What I'm saying is at the end of the day that we live in an environment where, the persecution that black women face is kind of ignored and sidelined. And then when we see violence against them, there's this weird thing. Well, it's rooted in white supremacy in which ways people try to justify violence against a woman. Because if a woman rejects you, regardless of how she does it, there's never any reason to put your hands on a woman. Like if she herself, up yours.
Oh,
I
can you
don't
please
tell
not? Can you
people
please
not.
not use language on
Yeah,
here if you could? Because
well,
I want this
excuse
to
me,
be
but
taken
I'm
down.
just saying. I'm just saying, just like not
I'm
as in
listening.
saying it at somebody. I'm saying it for like for expression purposes. Like if she's like disrespectfully rejects you, there's absolutely no reason to
Mm-hmm.
pick up no brick and throw no brick at no woman. And then I'm hearing stuff. My wife has informed me that there were videos
Mm-hmm.
about her twerking and like doing like sex work and stuff like that on the internet. That's still no reason to justify
All right.
violence against a woman. It's a lot of men out here who are very emasculated by capitalism and white supremacy, and they direct their anxieties towards women, especially black women, before they direct it to the actual system that's screwing us
Right.
all over.
Right. Now, how do I say your name? Adri? I'm trying to figure out how to say your
You
name.
can call me James.
Oh, James. Oh, okay.
I'm Adri's
um.
husband.
J- Okay, I understand. Okay, I got you. Okay, so now James, let me ask you this question. Okay.
Yep.
Did you hear about the Carly Russell incident?
I think we should stick to one topic at a
No, no.
time.
I'm asking you a question. I'm the host. I'm asking you a question. If you want to be in this discussion, I'm gonna need you to answer these questions.
No, I go with whatever he's saying because like I'm not afraid of conservative people when they try to paint pictures about other stuff.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm an
tell me
independent. I'm not
about.
conservative. I'm an independent, bro. I'm an independent, bro. But I'm asking you a question.
I know
Listen, if you're
I'm
telling the
not a
truth,
Nazi. I'm a
but listen,
I'm
but no,
a I'm
but
a
listen, bro.
national
Listen.
socialist third
But listen, what I'm saying. But
positionist.
listen, what I'm saying. We having a conversation, right? So
Yeah,
I'm not here to
what's
try.
up?
I'm not trying to make funny. I'm not trying to make you look bad. But I'm asking you a question, and check this out. If you're right, right, then no matter what I
I am.
say, if no matter what I say, you should be able to maneuver what I'm
Yeah,
saying
because
properly.
yeah, and I
So
can't because no matter what you
all right.
found about a black woman doing something bad, like if you feel like, oh, this black woman robbed this black man 15 years ago, it doesn't matter. That still doesn't
Right.
justify
Right. So
violence
let me
against
ask you.
black women.
So let me ask you the question. You heard about the Carly Russell incident, right?
No.
I have.
Okay. Let me explain to you. The Carly Russell incident was an incident that happened with a young. If you don't know, for a young black woman, all right, that
Uh-huh.
was online, and the whole almost nation is a black young woman. She said that she basically said, I tried to pick up a child on the road. Okay, the child was on the road, a baby, all right, and she saw this child, and she basically said that she was taken. Okay, basically the story was she was taken. She called the 911 and was talking on the phone and was like, I see this baby on the road, on the side of the road. All of a sudden, like the phone dropped. All right, so
Uh-huh.
essentially, people were like, listen, we need to do something. I came on my page. I made videos about this young woman, Carly Russell. People were making videos saying, look, she may be a scam artist. I said, listen, this is a serious situation. All right, this girl was possibly taken. Let's just see what the evidence shows. All right,
Right.
and it ended up being that she was actually scamming people. All right, it was a whole thing was a hoax. All right, and the black community that was saying for a while, look, these things don't add up. We need to look at that because if she's lying, she's gonna make all of us look bad. Okay, because this has now become a worldwide phenomenon. If she's lying, it's gonna make a lot of people look bad, and especially for black women because she's a black woman and she's saying, "Yo, guys, so sorry for me. Somebody help me." And the whole thing was
Right.
a lie. Okay, so the thing
Right.
was,
Right. And this is
so let
all
me
good,
so
bro.
that's what I'm saying. When this woman right here, right, this
I
woman right
got
here,
you, bro.
she was
Yeah.
this woman right here was not taken, but she was hit with a brick. Am I saying that that's right? Absolutely not. I never said that it was right for her to be hit by a brick at all. Okay, but what I'm saying is that when you look at the Carly Russell incident, for example, and in
Right.
any
Right.
incident,
Right.
so when someone is
Yeah.
alleging that something happened, we as a community have to look at what they're saying from both sides. We shouldn't just say, "I'm gonna just believe you." If there's evidence to show otherwise, that's mounting.
Right. Right.
If there's no evidence to show otherwise, then okay. But if there's evidence to show otherwise, that's mounting. Now we're going to sit here and say, okay, well, we're going to
Right.
give you the benefit of the doubt as the law does, but at the same time, innocent until proven guilty. But at the same time, if there's evidence mounting, we ourselves are not going to be taken advantage of and scammed by your tricks if you
Yeah.
are a scammer. Let's
Yeah.
look online. Oh, we see that you have a history of doing GoFundmes. You have a history of situations like this. This makes us now say, well, wait a second, what's going on? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that's right to
bro.
hit her. I agree with
I
you
feel
100% when you
you.
say, listen, people are attacking black women. If there's hate against them, that's all 100% true. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying that this woman in this incident, she could just be another Carl Russell. She could just be a scammer at the end of the day
I feel
who's
you though,
actually
but here,
using, she could be actually using black women as a launching pad to become famous. And to me, that's the worst thing of all. That's
can
the
I ask
worst.
you
And black
one
women,
question though?
they're supporting her when in actuality she's using them as a launching pad so she can further her career. If that's the case, to me,
Right.
that's detestable. That's filthy. That's wrong. And that's worse than me coming online and saying, look, is she really legit? That's what I'm trying to say, my brother. So you
This
kind
is
of see
this is my
where we
opinion,
coming
my
from.
brother. And you know, I love like Fred Hampton and Angela Davis too. You like the Black Panther Party, man? No, but my point being is this. Why do we live in conditions that will make a woman go online and lie to make for a GoFundMe? That's the system again, forcing people to lie for money or to lie for profit in some way or another. So I don't know about the Russell person. You know, I never looked that up or looked into this, but I do know that people do have a history of setting up fake GoFundMes for, you know, themselves, and not even just black people. You know, white people do it, and you know, even Asians, you know, and all these other people. You know, sure, Latino people have done. I'm sure every race of person has done it, but people do stuff like that not because they're black. It's because the system puts people in a desperate situation where they feel like they have to create lies to get money and stuff like that.
Wait a minute.
The topic on
Okay.
that.
I'm sorry. I get what you're saying, but coming from a woman that moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, crossed the line with $50 in my pocket when I got to California, slept in the
There
car
we
for
go, conservative coping.
a week. I did not set up a GoFundMe. I have more than 1,000 followers on my page. When I came to California, never went on social media and said, please give me $1. If everybody give me $1, I have over $2,000. I even
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel. My husband has a YouTube channel. I've never used my social media for that because that speaks to the person's integrity.
But you want to
I
know
knew
what I
I was
wish you
on
had?
YouTube.
I wish you had some free government housing to make sure that you didn't have to sleep in your car. See, that's again
It's
the
okay
system
because where I
screwing you
live now,
over,
I'm good.
and it's not other
I'm good.
people. You see, you're still downplaying other people's
I'm
desperation.
not
You know,
because
Hold
I
up,
when people
know
James,
are
it's white people
desperate
down
James,
there.
and they have
James.
nowhere to stay, they will lie to make money.
Hold up, James. We gotta let next person go on. No disrespect, but we got two other people, so we gotta let them come on, and then y'all come back. But let me let Malcolm come on. Malcolm, what's happening? I'll try to get everybody equal time. Malcolm, what's going on? Can you hear me? What's going on?
What's going yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Not much. You see what we talking
I'm
about?
trying to figure out so so are we under the belief that this woman is scamming people?
To me, I'm starting to believe that. That's what I'm believing. What do you think about the situation? And I'm saying that from a bunch of evidence and videos
And yo,
that I'm
she
going to
gotta
play. Go
well,
ahead. I'm
I
listening.
will say this. If you believe that she's scamming people, right?
Mm-hmm.
She got a mean makeup department. Like her prosthetics are mean because her face didn't look like she was scamming people, good brother.
You don't believe
Like
that
that's a
someone can have
fact.
my?
It didn't look like
She was hurt.
that's a lot of commitment, good brother.
You're right. You're right. I agree.
That's a
I
lot
agree
of
100%. It
commitment.
is a lot
Like,
of commitment. You're
yo,
right about
that's a
that. You're
lot
right
of
about that.
commitment. Like her
I agree. I
prosthetics
agree
department
100%.
is
I
working
agree. It is a lot of
overtime.
commitment. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I do believe
That
it's a
is,
lot of commitment.
Malcolm.
I agree with that. I agree, brother, 100%. It's a lot of commitment to have some. If you have somebody, number one, she said she got hit by a brick. We don't know that. She never, for some reason, never even thought to pick up the brick to put it online, which I think is extremely suspicious. That you got hit by a brick that you could easily pick up, but you didn't pick that up to show anybody online, which I think would be the first thing you would do.
She showed her
Also, you
face.
didn't. No. But
So
I'm talking about.
let me ask you a question, good brother. So if you got
Go
hit
ahead.
by a brick,
Right.
you would literally pick the brick up and show the brick? Like
Okay. I mean,
what would be the point in you showing the
right.
brick? Like what your
That's a
face is
good question.
evident enough. Like if I seen
No,
you
no, no,
right
no, no, no,
on
no, no. That
camera with your face looking like that, your
right,
face is evident enough. I don't
right,
need to see the brick.
right,
Something hit you. Something hit you in
right,
your face. I got hit in the
right,
face with a bottle before, a champagne
right,
bottle. My face wasn't
right.
even as bad as that. My shit
Right,
swelled up.
You're
right,
not a
I wasn't
the
gunman.
problem,
concussed.
right, but the problem is that this woman, if I was hit by a brick or anything, brother, you know what I would do? I would call the cops and go right to the hospital. But what she did was she went online and she started to film. Okay, so because of that, that's why I
Listen.
just told. No,
I
let me
agree
finish. Let me
with good
finish. No,
brother.
don't over talk me, brother. I'm gonna let you
Nah,
get out of there.
I
No,
agree with
listen,
that.
no,
I
listen.
agree with that.
No, listen. Okay, listen. What I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you. You asked me why. I'm trying to explain to you when you say what I do, I'm trying to explain to you, we're coming from her point of view. Okay. Now her point of view is I want to publicize this. Now I'm not hating on her for publicizing it because the reality is that if you want to publicize something, if she was really hit by a brick, I'm not denying that, then she has the right to do that. But my thing is, if you're going to publicize something, why didn't you film the guy? Oh, the guy got away so fast I couldn't get him. Okay, why don't you film the brick? Oh, the brick, I didn't think to do that. But you did think to film these guys who were there, okay? So see, this is my thing. When I look at somebody, I look at their reasoning. How could your reasoning be if you were hit with a
Right.
brick? Let me first not get the guy. I would have chased the guy down, something. Didn't do that.
Let me
Also,
Yeah,
didn't
because
film
if
the.
so
you was a
Hold on,
sucker,
let
you'll
me finish.
chase the
No,
guy
let me
down that
finish.
attacked
Let me
you.
finish. Let me finish, brother. Let me finish. Didn't think to get the weapon either, which could have helped with the overall catching the guy. Because if you
Which
got
was
the guy's fingerprints, that could have helped. Didn't think to do that at all either. For
it's a
some
brick
reason,
on
it
the ground. The police can know what
still has not come
happened
online and
from a
said, "Look, this is the
testimony.
break." Didn't think to do that. Okay, but you decided instead to film these guys, which now and then you immediately open up a GoFundMe, okay? Because now, once again, that's called an affinity scam. The affinity is women who are mad at black men. I'm just going to tell you like it is. There's a large amount of black women who are mad at black men and many for the right reason, because some black men did them dirty, okay? And they're already mad at black men. And they want to hear something bad. So when she says, "You know what? This is a possibility, okay? This is a group over here. I can get them to give me some money." And
No,
as a scam
no,
artist, if that's
no,
the case
no.
with her, that's
This
exactly what she
hey
did.
bro, hey, hey, hey,
Now
hey,
you may
hey.
say, well, look,
This
now
is
you may say,
this
look,
is
brother,
bullshit. This is bullshit.
what evidence do you have of that? Once again, it's if you actually
Because
go
this
online, as I've
movement
already
of
done and looked at what she's done in the past, this is a trend with her. And because it's a trend with her,
because this
when
dude,
you say, for example, hey brother, you think that she really had somebody, you think somebody really hit her with a brick, you think that didn't happen? I think a person like her, she could have had somebody hit her with a brick, she could have hit
no,
herself with a brick, she could have done anything. I don't know what she did, because in my
and
opinion, she is a
good
scammer.
brother,
She could have done anything.
good brother,
no.
good brother, good
I'm
brother.
listening.
So
I'm listening.
Go ahead. I had
so
time. You go ahead, man.
so social media, right? So social media. What I will say about social media, it's a very dangerous tool. It's very intoxicating, and it's very
Right.
toxic, right? But to go to those extremes, I'm not saying she did or she didn't. All I know is what she told us. That's the only thing we have to go on, right? Everything else is
That's not true.
speculation
That's not
and
true. We
conjecture.
got more evidence. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
So we got more evidence than that. That's what I'm
Hey,
trying to tell you.
hey,
what
can I
evidence
speak on
that she
one
did
thing
some
that you
skits
said
that
though,
she did
man?
some skits about
This one
slapping some
thing.
white dudes for
No,
reparations?
I'm not talking about
That's
that.
the
I'm not talking
evidence
Can I
about
we
speak
have.
on this
no,
one
not
thing
that.
that
Not
you
that.
said? This
Not
movement,
that, brother. Not that.
this
Well,
movement,
what evidence do we have? Explain it to me. What evidence do
this
we
Okay.
have?
these
I'm gonna explain
movements
to
that
you.
you're describing, talking about
Oh,
how
hold
there's,
on.
there's a lot of black women online that hate black men, even though that's true, but feminism is
Hold
not
on,
about hating men.
I want him to
That's number
answer the
one.
question though. What
Two,
evidence do we have?
I'm gonna
Okay,
ask you.
brother.
And two, the
Malcolm.
movement of
Hey,
woman
I can answer
hating,
that question for you.
anti-feminist shit, that has been astroturfed into popularity by right wing billionaires and shit like that, is way more dangerous to the world than a few women on the internet saying that they don't like men. Because a lot of these men that go around saying that they hate black women, they do all this shit. Excuse me, you said you don't like cussing. My bad. This stuff that try to justify violence against black women and say that, oh, you got to get you a snow bunny, all this stuff, have direct connection to the American white
Right.
supremacist movement. It's a reason why
That's
Nick
true.
But
Fuentes was on
let's not
Sesame
lose
Street.
sight.
Right.
Let's not lose
Malcolm.
sight of this incident because I want
Right,
to
Malcolm. So
understand this incident. I want to understand what this brother is. I want to understand what this brother is
okay.
talking about. Like, like you
Now
said,
Malcolm. Now Malcolm, did you sorry to interrupt you, but did you um hear the video I just played? Or did you just come in? I just played a video explaining that. Did you see
came
the video?
in. I came in literally when you let me up.
He don't want to listen to
Oh,
you.
so you didn't hear the video I just played?
Hey, maybe if she had free
No,
government health care, she
Oh,
probably
hold
would
on,
have
I didn't
hold on,
see
fought
the
hold on,
video
for
because
you
I want
played.
to hear Malcolm. Would you
Go
say?
ahead,
Oh,
go
so,
ahead.
okay,
Wait,
okay,
I
so
didn't
the
hear the
video.
video. I'm sorry.
All right, so the video that I just played. All right, where was this at? If you go on Facebook, you type in the girl name. Her name is Roda Bashe. That's Rodabashe. There's a video where it
Right.
says a Somali woman was racially profiled for speaking her native tongue in idolatry. All right, now from this incident, this is the first incident that I'm bringing up. Okay, so you're asking, I'm not bringing up the incident of her twerking after she smacked some guy in the skit. I'm not talking about none of that stuff. That stuff is not valid because it's
Okay.
a skit. I'm talking about real incidents here. Okay, that's not
Okay.
how you judge somebody. You look at what they really did. So in this instance right here,
Right.
she's in the dollar store, Dollar Tree, something like that, right? And she's alleging what happens is that people come to the manager and they say, look, this woman is cussing us out, but this woman is doing blah blah blah. She says no. She goes to manager. She's filming the whole thing, mind, just like this other incident. Okay, this happened. She's filming it, and she basically says,
Right.
no, I was speaking in my native Somalian language. Now to me, I'm like, So two different people came up to you to the manager and said that you was causing a ruckus, but in actuality, you just speaking Somalian, and she actually is Somalian. It's possible she's telling the truth.
Right.
I don't really believe that, but it's possible. So in the video, if you look it up, she talks to the manager. The manager says, "Listen, I had nothing against you. I simply heard people complaining. All right, and that's why I approached you." Okay, the woman Rhoda said, when you approach me, that's racism. She immediately says racism because she was approached. I'm like, really? But at the same time, if what she was alleging is true, it is racism. Okay, so I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt here. All right, so but then what happens at the end of the thing, she essentially says, "I'm gonna sue y'all." Then she starts her GoFundMe. All right, because of this incident, which
But you
seems
can't
very,
sue.
very sketchy. And then she gets down. She gets almost $5,000 from this GoFundMe. This is situation with the brick where we've never seen the brick.
So hold
Um,
on, good brother.
hold on,
Before you,
let me finish.
hold on,
You
before
asking
you
for that?
go,
You asking for
hold
the
on, let me ask you a
evidence?
question.
All right, go
Before
ahead.
you go into that, that
Mm-hmm,
incident you're
mm-hmm,
referring to, right? In the dollar
mm-hmm,
store, right? Did she
mm-hmm.
get hit by a brick? Did she get hit by a brick in that incident?
No.
Okay. Now,
So the reason why I'm
I'll let you continue.
right,
I
right, right,
digress.
right, right. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm gonna continue because I'm the host. So I have authority over everything that's going on right here. But the thing is this:
Absolute fact.
the
That's a
reason why
fact.
I'm
That's a
bringing it,
fact.
the reason why I'm bringing this up, okay, is because like anybody, if you date a girl and I say, yo, Malcolm, yo, she a scammer, yo, she gonna try to do blah blah blah, and you say, listen, bro, I slept with her, blah blah blah. I don't believe that. I'm trying to tell you, she scammed me. She's a scammer. I'm trying to tell you, she's a scammer. All right, you may not believe me, okay, but and I give you, look, this is evidence of her scamming. Okay, this is what she do. All right, and you say, I don't believe that. That's what I'm trying to explain. So this is just one incident where essentially from this incident, she didn't get hit with any object, but she used it. She filmed it. All right, she filmed it. She filmed the manager. She said, I'm gonna put y'all online. She said, I'm gonna sue y'all. I don't know if she sued, but she got thousands of dollars from a GoFundMe. Okay. Then we have another situation right here. We have another one, a video about to pull up, where she's actually talking to Trevor Noah. All right, she's talking to Trevor Noah, as you see in the picture below, and she's calling him a B because she says that she actually tried to get on his sister's show, which I don't know how he can even control that. All right. And she's basically calling him this
Trevor
name,
Noah, the
blasting his.
comedian.
Yes, Trevor Noah, the comedian. I'm gonna play the
Let's say
video, and she's blasting this guy. This is important because it goes into the evidence of this is how
But
she
like
deems
so,
and looks
like
at.
hold on.
Oh,
What's your
let me
name, good
finish this
brother?
one before
What's
you
your name,
talk.
good brother? What's your name? What's your name,
My name is
brother
Winston.
Winston?
Let me finish this point. Let me finish this point real quick though. So the reason why I'm bringing this other video up is because I'm trying to get insight into her personality. Okay,
I'm
this is
giving
what
you
this is what
insight.
people in law enforcement do. They try to look into your personality and see would you be inclined to do something like this. Okay, so in this instance with Trevor Noah, she's attacking Trevor Noah because essentially he tried to shout out black women. I guess when he was leaving a certain platform, and she said it's too late, bro. You can't do that now. We don't need you. Blah blah blah. And then she talks about trying to break into Hollywood and how he couldn't help her and this and that. I'm like, so you don't you easily go online and throw vitriol at a black man like it's nothing, okay? And
Right?
I feel like in this incident with these men, so I from that I can see she has a propensity to throw out vitriol at anybody if as long as he can help push her career. All right.
Right.
And that's the so now I'm getting her character is becoming unveiled to all of us. Okay. Then we have the situation right now where she's supposedly hit with a brick. All right. And once again, she's attacking black men. She
Supposedly,
again, she
supposedly,
benefits
brother
Makes
financially.
somebody
Winston.
so desperate
I'm
Supposedly,
though.
listening. I'm listening.
supposedly. So let me say something to you, brother Winston, because there's
I'm
people in the
listening.
comments, and I agree with it, right? So there's a difference between a scammer and an opportunist, right? So you know the expression, uh, the pessimist sees the glass half empty,
Right.
and the optimist sees the glass half full, right?
Right.
But there's a third side to that story. The opportunist, while the pessimist and the opportunist drunk the water. While they were arguing over is the glass half full and the glass half empty, the opportunist just drunk the water. She
So
may
you're
be an
allegedly.
opportunist.
Uh-huh.
She
You're right.
may be
You're
an
100% right.
opportunist.
You're 100% right. I
Let's
agree.
say
She could be.
But
She
there's
could be
that's a
just opportunity.
vast
You're right
that's
about that.
it's
You're right
vastly
about that.
different. It's vastly different than being a scammer. I don't believe that woman, like I said, the makeup department gotta be in full force if you
Uh-huh.
believe that woman's face isn't actually like that.
Okay,
That
Malcolm. I
woman's
don't. I
face
don't.
was like that, bro.
Hey,
Malcolm.
look, but
I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing that she was actually hit. Oh, go ahead.
what type of system would make her have to do all this? What if we had, a society where people can have their medical bills paid by the government. People are only doing,
Oh,
granted, if people are scamming and being opportunists in our society, it's only because our society beats people down, especially
right,
when
right,
they working class
but
and
I
poor.
gotta stop. I gotta
So
stop you.
we
I
should
gotta stop you there,
criticize
James.
the
I gotta stop
system
you there,
of
James, because we're talking
capitalism
about. We're not
instead
talking
of
about
black
the
women.
society as a whole. We talking about her personality.
But
I gotta let
but
Lucio on because
yeah,
Lucio ain't
but
come
I'm
on.
telling you,
Lucio,
her personality, if granted, let's say it's evidence against
hold on.
her,
I gotta mute you
it's
for a
called
second
death
because I
for
gotta let
racism.
Lucio come on. All right, I gotta let Lucio come on. Lucio, what's going on? Lucio, you still there? I gotta let everybody come on the order. And I just done out, so I gotta let Lucio come on. You all can come back on, but I gotta let him come on first. What's going on, Lucio?
Hey,
Okay, what's that? What's happening?
and you said that you said that you're a scammer, right? And then
I, I,
the brother says
I, said,
that
I believe that she
when
is
you
a
are
habitual.
an
What you say?
opportunist,
It's kind of hard for me to hear you say it
when
again.
you do it more than one time, you're not an opportunist. One time, you're not an opportunist.
Lucio, you going in and out. Your mic is going in and out. Hello? When you're trying to mute yourself and come back in, you going in and out. And I want people to hear what you're saying.
Oh, me? Y'all talking to me or somebody else?
All right, let me let You know what? Okay, I'm gonna wait for you, Lucio. Hold on. Is that you? Now I'm gonna play this video. You trying to come back in?
Can you hear
Once
me now?
again, for y'all coming on. What you say?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Okay, go ahead.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. When you do something more than one time, you're not an
Uh huh.
opportunist. You're a scammer.
But I'm still got to lead them
And the
right
thing
direction
about
all the
with
time.
the brick,
That's
okay,
incorrect. That's incorrect.
you can't you,
Well,
you can't
let them talk,
scam
guys. Let them
somebody
talk.
hitting you with a brick. You can't scam somebody hitting you with a brick. But if your intentions was to get a reaction and it just went
Right,
south on you, you know,
Mm.
yeah, that could have happened. You know, you
right,
say, well, she got hit with a brick. You can't fake getting hit with a brick. Yeah,
right,
but maybe her
right,
intentions was not to get hit with a brick. She just picked the wrong
right,
person.
Right.
You
right.
know, and then we have my thing is I have respect for everybody, and I think everybody needs the opportunity. But I notice in America, we have a lot of people come into America and take advantage of the stuff that we don't even take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, so the first thing when she got hit with a brick came out her mouth was all these black men standing around this, that, and other. Now I watched another video where those black men that she claimed were standing around, they were the valets. And they had went across the street to the gas station. And they said when they came back,
Right.
this incident had already took place.
I saw that
Right.
one.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
And they said they called the cops and everything. They was there with
And
her
the
when the cops came,
ambulance.
but she said
Yes.
that they were, but that was a lie. They said that we was actually there trying to help her, but the internet doesn't tell you that part.
Yeah.
exactly. And then now she's in another incident.
Right. So it's getting out of here. So everyone in the chat.
And that
All right. Once
many
again, if I
different
mute you, it's not
situations.
because I disrespect. I'm muting people because I'm trying to let everybody go in order. All right. But it's no disrespect or whatever. Some of y'all got your mic on and I'm hearing background noise. It's overriding the other person talking. All right. But right now we're gonna play this other video real quick. The one I was talking about with Trevor Noah, where she's talking about Trevor Noah. This will give us some insight. Are we getting insight into this person? All right, into her mind. It's a lot of videos you can look up yourself. I don't know how
Brother
I found it.
Winston. Brother Winston, before you play that
Hold
video,
up,
can I ask you a
hold
question?
up 1 second, Malcolm. One second,
I
Malcolm.
just want to
Let me play
ask
the
you.
video
I want to
first.
ask you one question, good brother.
I
Just
know,
one
but you
question.
can ask me once I'm done. Once I'm done playing the video, I'm gonna answer the question because I don't want to get off topic. So 1 second, hold on 1 second, 1 second. No disrespect, but I gotta play this video. All right.
So it took me about a week to ruminate on this one because I wanted to make sure I still focusing on it. Trevor Noah crying, almost crying about how much he appreciates and how much he's been influenced by black women. And I know a lot of you guys appreciate it, but I don't, because I'm tired of black women getting crumbs. Why are you waiting till the last day when there's no stakes for you to big up black women? Why didn't you do it the first day? Why didn't you do it in the middle of your career at the highest stake? Like when black women are fighting for you guys, the stakes are high. They're always high. It's our lives on the line. We're on the front lines. We don't wait until it's comfortable or we're in a good position to stand up for you guys. And I would love to see you guys do the same. So there's nothing for me.
Now this video says Trevor Noah is, as it says below, this is the same video. Trevor Noah is a B, fight me. Okay, Trevor Noah is a B, fight me. Now she's saying Trevor Noah left a platform, whether it was his show. I don't watch Trevor Noah. I don't know which show she's talking about. But basically, when he was on his way out, all right, he shot out black women. She's saying too little, too late. In my opinion, I'm like, look, and I say this all the time. My mind is this. It's racism in this nation. That's a fact. Black people have been oppressed for years. That's a fact. Why not try solidarity? The man was late. If that was the case, I'm not. Let's say what she's saying is true. He was late to respond, or is that the media just picked it up? Okay, whatever the case may be. Let's say, and I've heard Trevor Noah say things about black women plenty of times, actually, but whatever the case may be, she's attacking him online. Okay, that's giving me insight to her personality because she's putting a video out, which in this video got, I can't see. Oh, got 169 likes. So her page not that big, but she got even that. She got 169 likes where she's attacking the guy. All right, because of him not, doing enough. I'm like, once again, if he did something, just let the person live. Why is it that? Well, we need to attack, and I feel like it's the attack is there because he's the new launching pad. This black man is the new launching pad. You may say, well, that doesn't mean that that was referred to Brick. Absolutely doesn't mean that equates to that. But it's let me know into her mind about how she ticks. Okay, if I'm dating a woman and if I'm about to date a woman, and the guy says, look at this video with this girl you're trying to date. Look at 20 videos of her talking against black men. I don't think you should go with her, brother. I'll be like, I can see what you're saying. So that's all I'm trying to say here is before people jump on the bandwagon with her and start giving her Gofundme, look at the evidence of what she's saying. Look at what she's doing, because this girl's not a regular girl like you see somebody walking down the street. This girl is actually trying to get into Hollywood. I have a sister right now. She moved to Hollywood. Hollywood is hard. It's very, very high living in LA. Okay, people don't know that it's very, very high living in LA. All right, my sister going through all kinds of stuff. We from Philly. She moved to LA. All right, it's very, very difficult to get. My sister met what's the girl name? Kiki Palmer. She met the girl from that show. It's a show about a school. I can't think. It's Abbott Elementary, something like that. She met the principal from there. She hang out with all these celebrities. All right, and still my sister is struggling. This girl from Houston, wherever she's from, she is trying to break into the industry. All right, and a lot of people, they do stuff like this because they're trying to get a hit. They're trying to break in. So I'm looking at her, understanding that's what's going on. Not just I'm putting a random video out. She's trying. It takes a lot to break in. But my thing is, if you're going to break in, do it in an honorable way. I don't feel like that's what she's trying to do here. Okay, so she's attacked. She just said, Trevor
Brother
Noah, too
Winston.
little, too late. Hold up, though. Let me finish the video, bro. Whoever said that. So she's saying, look, too little, too late. Let's continue.
I think it helped you. It made you look good. But what did that do to actually serve black women? What did that do to actually help black women move forward, to get paid what they should get paid, to get recognized the way they should get recognized? Nothing. Because guess what? I actually interviewed for your sister show. And I went through 4 interviews, and I was told I was too radical. And they made me do a lot of work, by the way. They made me do a lot of scripts and shows, and I think they stole some of my scripts, to be honest, because I wrote some scripts that ended up showing up on that show. So, I would like to stop being used as a pawn. I would like to be appreciated, and I would like to be paid.
Now, we stop in that video and it stop. Once again, the things that this is very important I say this. The things that she's saying is true, but it's something underlying in what she's doing. She's saying, I would like to be paid. My sister, for example, also in Hollywood, she said she did a job for Kevin Hart's company. I think it's called Heartbeat Productions or whatever. She said, I worked for Heartbeat. I did a job for them and they didn't pay me. She said they did. Then she said they actually suing me. She said they actually suing me for work. So this stuff is real, okay? When she's saying I want to get paid X, Y, Z, that stuff does happen. But at the same time, when you look at what she's doing, Trevor, what's his name again? Trevor Noah didn't necessarily do anything against her. He doesn't control what goes on at his sister's show, but she's using him as a launching pad, and he's a black man. This is a trend with her. All right. So once again, I'm looking at the evidence. I'm like, it doesn't seem right. And once again, as I said earlier, all right. But and I'm gonna let you guys come back on. But once again, tonight I'm not really trying to talk necessarily about too much about her because I already made 2 other lives about this. But I really want to talk about what it says above, which is that we got to take accountability. I want to talk about relationships because from this situation with this woman, a lot of women and men have come on and said, black men not worth nothing. Men have come on and said black women not worth nothing. All right, and this has come about from the situation. So I want to talk about that. So I'm mute you guys and what's going on with this thing? Oh, here we go. Somebody was trying to say something. Was that you, Malcolm? Trying to unmute you. You
Nah,
can, right? There we go.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, brother Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that this woman got assaulted first and foremost? Do you believe that she got assaulted or she just made this shit up?
Okay, good question. Now, the reality is this. Number one, I don't know. Number two, this. All right. It's either one of two things. Number one, she got assaulted, or number two, she somehow planned this. And I don't know because of her past. I don't know which one is which. That's my. I don't know which
So
one is which.
so possibly, right?
Mhm.
Possibly, you. It may be a possibility that she planned her own assault
With her
and was
past,
willing.
absolutely. With her past,
Hold on.
absolutely.
Let me finish. Right? She
Okay.
planned her
Go ahead.
own. Like she could have, as a woman, right? She could have
Mm-hmm.
done anything. She could have just came
Mm-hmm.
on camera with a torn skirt, right? And people would have believed it. She didn't
Not,
have
no,
to
no, no.
go as far
That's
as she
not true.
did,
That's
right?
not true, brother. A
Let
torn
me.
skirt is not the same as having a lump on your face. It's a big
But
difference.
listen,
Big difference having
yeah, yes, but listen, bro. You gotta
I'm
listen.
listening. I'm listening. I'm listening.
A woman. I seen a video yesterday of a
Mm-hmm.
woman walking with her camera. She said she was on Crenshaw, and a dude pulled the swammy out on her because she wouldn't give her number to the guy. I swear to God, this is you can Google it. Crenshaw wouldn't pull number out. You can
I don't doubt
search
you.
that
I
on
don't doubt you.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't. It was nothing wrong with her. She was just
Mm-hmm.
regular. Like that was her
Mm-hmm.
story. The shit went viral, right? So I'm telling
Uh-huh.
you, she could have came on camera and had a torn skirt, like a torn outfit, and because this is social media, people would have lost it. You really think that this woman went to these extremes? Oh, it's closed because it wasn't to these extremes
Mm-hmm.
to make a point, like to go viral. Like, are you like, bro? Did you see her face?
Right.
Are you done? Are
You
you done?
actually
Malcolm, are you done?
believe a woman went to these extremes? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't nutty people out here in the world. There
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, this is different. This is a tad
Malcolm,
bit different.
let me know when you're done. I'm gonna respond. I'm listening.
All right. So this is a tad bit different, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
asked you if you believe that you said from her character. What I'm confused about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is honest to God ish, right? And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say this and I'm gonna let you speak. You know who does this to us? White people.
Mm-hmm.
So this woman made listen. This woman made a video.
I'm listening.
All we seen was this woman holding a phone, saying
Right.
that she was assaulted. Her face was very deformed.
Right.
And then she said these men stood around and did nothing. The
Right.
video went off. Then the next video was her in the hospital.
Right.
We know
Right.
that because we have video footage of that, right? You
Right.
know what men proceeded to do after that?
What'd they do?
They did a deep dive in to her social media. That shit ain't weird. Bro, that shit is weird as hell. Like, what would make you as a man? You know what? This shit don't look right. Let me
Can
go
I
do a
say
deep
something,
dive into
Malcolm?
her social media. That
Can
shit
I
is
say something?
crazy.
Well,
That shit is nutty.
maybe they
White
did
people
that
do
because.
that.
Go
White
ahead.
people do
Go
that
ahead.
shit.
Can I
Yo,
say
Mm-hmm.
something?
this guy right here, was a D dealer back. He was a trapper back in it. That's what they do to us.
Right.
That's what they do to black folk.
All right.
When a black person gets
Where I'm at.
when a black person gets unalive, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Something
Right.
that was
Right.
out of his something that was out of his
Right.
control. He gets
Right.
unalive.
Right.
The first thing they bring up is his past.
His
That's true.
background.
You
Absolutely.
motherfuckers, like I'm not
Right.
saying you, but dudes got her page banned, bro. They got her
Mm-mm-mm.
page
That's
banned.
gonna change.
For
Mm-hmm.
what and for what? She didn't
Right now.
disrespect nobody.
Right.
She was emotional. She got hit with, I don't know if she got hit with a brick, a rock. I don't know what she got hit with,
Probably
but I know her
fist.
face
Messed
was
up.
deformed.
Right. Right. Well, now, Malcolm, I'm gonna have to
And
mute you for.
the
I'm
first,
gonna have to mute
go
you
ahead,
for a
go ahead.
second, Malcolm. I'm gonna have to mute you for a second. Because and not disrespect because I gotta move on to the subject at hand, and also because I gotta get off. I can't stay on here too long, and I don't mean let people get time to get on here. But I see the
I'm in the
point that you're
drive.
saying, and what you I
I'm
see
gonna
that your
drop
point.
it.
Hold on, one second, Sassy, 1 second. I'm about to mute everybody in here. Hold on 1 second. And I see the I'm gonna let you come on
Can I
next,
respond to the
Sassy.
comment? Can I respond to a comment? They said
Hold on
looking
one
into
second.
somebody's.
1 second, Malcolm. Now I want to respond to that. Now I understand you saying that. Of course, they did the same thing with Trayvon Martin. They immediately looked into his past when he was the one who passed away and all that kind of stuff. What you're saying is true, but once again, if a person is a scammer and they are an expert scammer, they know that stuff. Okay, and this is the thing that I don't think that
Oh
you're
my
understanding, Malcolm, is
God, this
that
shit is weirdo shit,
well,
man.
this is the thing. Don't overtalk me. I have to let you kick you out the live, whoever's talking, because I need to make sure that everybody
I
get their
thought you
time and
muted
ain't
me. I'm sorry. I'm
uninterrupted.
sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I
Oh,
thought you
God.
muted me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did, but for some reason it keep popping off. I don't know why that's happening. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So once again, we gotta think smarter. We gotta think wise. And this stuff will affect you with your regular everyday relationships, whether it's somebody you marry, somebody you date. The brother Malcolm was saying, you think that she really did this? I'm like, I've seen people do worse than that, brother. Trust me. I've seen people do all kinds of people will do all kind of things to get ahead. And I'm gonna tell you how they do it. This is what they do. They say to themselves, what would the average person think somebody would never do? And then they do that. Once again, they say, what did the average person think somebody would never do? And then they do that. And like, for example, in my opinion, the situation with those towers going down, that was not a situation with these terrorists. That was the United States doing that upon their own people. The situation with JFK, all right, being taken out of here. Most people think, hey, that was just a random guy. No, that was actually the United States that did that. All right. But most people would say, you think that they would do that? Yes, they would. And they do it all the time because people just like you don't believe that people are that insidious. You don't believe that people would do something like that. And the reality is that they would do much more than that because they're smarter than you when it comes to scamming. There's thousands of leagues ahead of you when it comes to outsmarting the person. These are the people that are master con men. They're master con women. Okay. And if somebody said, hey, baby, if you hit yourself on the side of the face or you let this man hit you, if you get a rise out of this man, if you get a rise out of him, as the one guy was alleging that she was trying to get a rise out of the guy, and whether the guy pushed you on the ground or whatever the case may be, you film that. I get if he hits you, it's even better. I'm just telling you, may say, oh, this didn't happen. It could have happened. Okay, it could have because she has a history, as I just shown you, of doing very, very questionable things. Okay, so that's what she could have done. And somebody like you listening will say, oh, I believe her 100%. That's why I did with Carly Russell. I said, you think she really going to try to scam the whole black community about being taken? And guess what? She did do that. She did exactly that. She did something 1,000 times worse than this. But oh, I can't believe that. Well, I can. I definitely
Carly
can.
Russell had a
I believe.
history of
Hold on
doing
1 second.
shit.
I'm not done. I'm not done. If you're not muted, I don't know why you're not muted. Once again, I believe people will do anything. And if you can't see that, once again, anything is possible. That's why when you asked me that question, I said, listen, anything, and she could do anything. I personally believe what really happened is that she engaged the guy. All right, she was trying to get a rise out of the guy. And what happened was, I don't even think it was pre-planned. I think what happened was that when she saw the opportunity, okay, her scammy ways turned on. Her scammy wages, it was like scammy ways activate. You know what I mean? She's like she had the little Wonder Twins scam ring and it just activated at that very moment. Okay. How you gonna say that, brother? She got hit. It doesn't matter if she got hit or not. What matters is it a scam? Is it a scam? And oh, no one would ever try to scam you about physical injury. You'll be surprised at things that people have done. People have done things where they try to burn their own house down and they got burned. Oh, look, I'm burned. But they actually, I heard a story online. A lady tried to burn her own house down. She burned the whole block down. Everybody lost their home because of her. Because of her. I think she was hurt. And people was like, oh, she couldn't have done it, but she did do it. It was the whole thing was a scam. The whole thing, she was physically hurt. So once again, I will say this though. I don't believe that, as the brother was making a good point, he was saying, once this thing happened, some brothers immediately went and looked at her past. Now, my thing is this is the thing you didn't mention. When she filmed this stuff, you didn't mention how she started. Well, I think you did mention it, but the reality is that when the thing happened, she started filming the black men. So now she's putting black men on blast. So when you say, oh, many black men start looking at her, that's not the same as the white thing because she's actually attacking them. She's attacking me, okay? Because she's saying, look at these black men. They aren't doing anything. Black men don't do anything. So in that case, that's why I believe black men start to look into her because what she was saying, look what happened, number one. So she's kind of baiting us, okay, number one. Then when we actually looked at her past, we see, whoa, this is we know a lot of women like this that are scammers, and she looks just like them. Maybe that's who she is. But once again, we don't know. This is just alleged stuff. Maybe she's telling the truth. I highly doubt that. I'll bet all the money in the world that this is not the way it appears. but it's possible. Or it could just turn just like Carly Russell, which I think is going to be found out soon enough. I think what's going to end up happening is that she's going to end up getting another incident soon enough. All right. And it's going to look bad for her because people like this stuff always happens with them again and again and again and again and again. And the last time it happens, it ends up being really bad. And everybody will say, oh, look, she was lying all along. I'll be like, look, I tried to tell you that. We was trying to tell it all along that she was a scammer. Y'all don't believe it because you just, you couldn't accept that. But hey, you know what I mean? Hey, time will tell. Time will tell. I mean, except for these brothers, or people in the chit chat. Let's see. I think everybody in here. Now, before I let new people in, I want to make the subject be this, okay? As it says above, women must take accountability just like men do. Now, after the situation happened, right? A lot of women were coming online, and this is what I saw. It could have been men too, but I saw women doing this, okay? I'm speaking for what I've seen. I saw a lot of women come online and say, look, I've experienced bad black men, treat me bad. One woman I've heard say, she was saying, women getting tired of men borrowing our cars, sleeping in our crib, XYZ, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, the lady 100% correct. Y'all men should not be doing that. But my thing is this. We got to take accountability for what we do. If you've dated 10 guys, and all 10 of those guys are trying to borrow your car, something that I would never in a million years ever want to do for a woman, it may be that you yourself are picking the wrong guys. Same thing with a man. If you date 10 different women, and all 10 of them women are trying to get your money, all 10 of them in a row are gold diggers. You can't just blame all the women. It could be that you yourself pick women like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say above here, we got to take accountability. All right, we got to start taking accountability for what we doing also. Sometimes we the problem. So who next on here? All right, Rich, what's going on?
And yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. My question is exactly what is she raising the money for?
Hold up. You got a lot of noise in the background, bro. You got a lot. That's you. Somebody got a lot of noise in the background. Let me mute
I was
y'all.
about to
Somebody
say, I
got a
don't
ton of
think
noise.
that's me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's big job. What's going on?
No, I was saying, I agree with everything you were saying. My question is exactly what is she raising the money for?
We don't. It possibly. Now she raised over 37,000. It could be. I'm giving her a benefit of doubt. It could be for It could be two things: a legal team, whenever the guy is found, or just because of trauma. Let's see what it say on the joint. It say, let me look online so they'll find this. I don't know if I'm looking for this right now. What's her name? Let me try to copy her name real quick. Rhoda. I'm trying to look real quick to see what it says. It may say something on there. Okay. I'm gonna try to look right now for the GoFundMe and see what this is for. All right. I'm in front of the computer right now. GoFundMe. All right. Let's see what it
A
says here.
$25,000 medical bill. Okay.
Oh, all right. All right. What it say? Right. And the thing is, if you get hurt or whatever, something happened, and you try to raise a GoFundMe, you can do that. That's why GoFundMe exists. Okay. But at the same time, if you use a GoFundMe as a way to scam, which a lot of people do, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, I guess that's why she's doing it. Okay, it's because of the injury. All right.
Can I say this before I step down? Do you mind?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I get what you're saying, and I've been listening, but there are a couple of pieces that you said that kind of conflict. It's
And
kind of
who's talking right now? Who's talking right now?
this is
Is this
sassy. This is
Sassy?
at the bottom.
Oh, okay, what's
There's
going on?
there's a couple of things that you said that kind of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of an oxymoron. So if
Mm-hmm.
she's trying to break into Hollywood, I live in California, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do, and you said you had a sister that came over here,
She's there right
right?
now. Right. Right.
Okay. So then you know how aesthetically driven that this state is, right?
Right.
So if this woman is scamming and she's trying to break into Hollywood, I doubt seriously that she would damage her face, because who's to say that will not leave a permanent injury? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Me.
that young
I,
lady's face was
right.
that woman's lady that her face was seriously injured from the video in the hospital room. Like it
Well,
was
Sassy, there's no way for her to have known that this guy would have. When you talk about scamming, it's absolutely
but
no
I don't
way.
think she
No, but listen what I'm saying. This what I'm saying. There's no way that she could have known, even if she was trying to scam it to some degree, or you saw an opportunity to basically uses for her financial gain. There's no way she could have known. Either she placed the brick in front of the guy. There's no way for her to have known that this guy would have done that. So I don't believe that she knew that was going to happen. I do believe that she was trying to get a rise out of the guy, just
Okay.
like with the other situation, to maybe come out of that with some
brother,
money. I don't
good
think that she
brother,
was
I just
actually
I
trying to
just
get
good
him
brother,
hit her with a brick though.
brother Winston. Like, you serious, brother Winston?
No, hold on. One second. Hold on. Sassy, are
You
you done yet? I want to make
serious,
sure
brother
you finished.
Winston? Are you
No,
for
hold
real
on.
right
I
now,
want to let
bro?
Sassy. I want to make sure that Sassy finished for you talk, brother. Are you done, Sassy?
well, I'm just gonna say this in closing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I don't care what happened in this young lady's background. I don't care to dig into her background because when initially I came on, we was talking about this incident in the store. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what happened in this young lady's
What
background.
that is her background. That is her background, though. We
I
talking
get
about
it,
your
and that's why I'm
background.
saying I don't care because it
Okay.
doesn't warrant somebody hitting her in the face like that.
No,
It
but
does
that
not.
the point is
There is no.
the point is not her being hit in the face. The point is she a scam artist?
Okay,
Nowhere
so
in the title does it say she should have been hit in the face. I'm not trying to
right.
say she deserves to be, because some men are saying that they are saying she deserves. I'm not saying. I'm saying that what I'm saying is she a scam artist? That's my point, and I think that she is. That's my point. Not should she be hit in the face. So when you say that,
But then
I'm not
if
saying that.
she's
Brother
a
Winston,
scam artist versus
So
Hold up. Let her finish. I want to make sure she's finished before you come on. I don't want to interrupt. So are you done, Sass? You got anything else you want to say? I just want to make sure you're done.
if she's a scam artist versus this whole separate topic, because I think what happens is we're convoluting two different topics and it's kind of all over the place and getting things all contorted together. So if you're talking about she's a scam artist, that's a different topic versus the incident where she was injured. If
No, it's the
we're
same thing. It's the exact same thing. And that's the incident of a
no,
scam. That's the exact same thing. It's not as
no,
different at all. It's the exact same thing. It's like slip and fall. You get hurt in slip and fall, don't you? But it's a scam.
brother,
Exact same thing.
brother,
Exact same
let me
thing.
brother.
step down.
So
Exact
this
same
is
thing.
Thank
Hold
you
up.
for
Let
having
her
me
finish.
up.
I'm going to have to
Thank
keep
you
you out
for
the
having
live.
me
Let
up.
her finish. I'm going to keep you out the live. You
Thank,
understand what I'm saying? I'm not playing. We
thank
going
you
one at
for
a
having
time.
me up.
One at a time. Nobody over talking to anybody. Sassy, you
I
done?
just yes, thank you for having me up. I really
Okay.
appreciate you giving me time on your platform. You have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thank you. I want to give everyone a hand for coming on here. All right. But like I just said to the brother,
I
we
appreciate it
not
too,
over talk.
brother Winston. Thank you, brother
Hold up.
Winston. I
Who is talking
appreciate
right
it,
now?
brother Winston.
Who talking right now?
Malcolm,
Who talking right now?
I'm just saying,
Malcolm.
Malcolm. I said I appreciate
Okay.
it. I appreciate you for
Okay.
letting me on. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I'm not okay. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I have to let you know. I want to make sure that everybody can say what they're saying because I know how it is being
Nah,
alive. If somebody
but
over talk you, I've seen people on TikTok over talking to each other, and I'm like, you got to have this done in an orderly way. Okay. I'm not going to have no disorder in the joint. So even if you're saying something even if you agree with me, you got to wait till I'm done talking. You got to wait till they done talking because that's how I got to be. So who next? Oh, actually, we got to go in order here. Big job. What's going on? You there, Big job? If not, I'm gonna go into wordplay.
bigger,
Oh, big, I'm in this. I might say big job.
bigger.
All
Speak
right,
up, man.
let's go to wordplay. And for now, wordplay. What's going on? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. How you people doing tonight?
Chilling. What's going on? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was just listening. I was kind of like thinking what the lady was saying. Is we talking about the scam issue or we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about the brick issue itself? Because and you made a comment that you do have some men believe that she should have been hit with a brick. Well, I don't
Right.
believe she should have been hit with a brick. But
Right.
I'm going to say this. This is just me talking, and I know I'm probably going to get backlash for, it, but I'm fine with it. Sometimes, man, we place ourselves in predicaments and we don't go, you know what, man, I was wrong. I should have not did that. I shouldn't even place myself right there.
That's
You
true.
already, yeah, and we know, even for me as a man, because I've seen women who I know
Mhm.
they are very, very nasty with their mouth. So
Right.
I'll limit myself from even, it's a high and a bye and I'm gone. Because I
Right.
know, just like I
Right.
watch you disrespect that man, I could be him too. And
Right.
it's vice versa. Women should exclude themselves away from men who have that same type of demeanor. If you are
Right.
familiar with this individual or whatever that caught your attention about him and you saw, damn, he was negative towards this lady over here, well, let me keep it to a high and a bow because I'm quite sure he'll end up eventually being negative to me. We
Brother
don't,
Winston, can I ask him a question?
yes,
I just want to ask you a question. Wordplay 55. How would
yes,
a
sir.
woman know? How would a what you're describing, right, is blatant, right? Like it's
Uh-huh.
obvious. You like For a woman to know what you're describing, he'd have to be obvious. He'd have to be doing something that's crazy for you to then say, yeah, I can't rock with that dude. That dude is nuts. But what if she doesn't know?
And that's possible. And I agree with you. You're right. That is possible. But I'm just speaking
Mm-hmm.
in a sense
Mm-hmm.
that we have people, men
Mm-hmm.
and women, we be
Right.
knowing, and we
Right.
still
Right.
place
I
ourselves
understand
in
what
these.
you're saying, but right.
Yeah, we still place ourselves in these situations. As far as the
Right.
don't know, yeah, you're gonna run across people you don't know nothing about, never encountered, never met, and I don't know what these two people situation. If she knew him, if she was plotting, if she was scamming, he was down with. I don't know none of that.
Right.
But I always ask myself because I'm at the city of Houston. I saw so many
Okay.
deaths on the news where
Mm.
a man has killed a woman, or it could have been his wife. I even saw a few
Your mouth,
cases where.
wordplay. Watch your words. Watch your words. Because you
Okay.
can get
I
it,
forgot.
it's live here.
Apologize.
Watch your words.
Got you.
Wordplay. You know what you know why he said that, right?
Yes, yeah, and I
Yeah.
apologize. I should have said
Yeah.
on the line. My mistake.
We shouldn't have to say that, but the way this app is designed, that's the crazy thing. You can't say
Understandable.
anything on this app, my
Understandable.
man.
I got you. I've
Appreciate that,
seen
Mel.
the
Whoever
news.
said that.
I've, I've saw the news so much, and then we always go, "Oh, that man shouldn't have did that. He was wrong for that." And at the end of the day, I always ask myself, what got them to that point?
Right.
What? Not so much as what she did or what he did, but what actually got them to where this man
Wordplay.
felt as though, yes,
I'm sorry. Finish what you were gonna say. I wanted to comment on that, but I ain't trying to interrupt you. But
okay,
unless you're ready for me to comment right
uh,
now,
yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that's the point of this video. What you saying is the exact point of this video. Once again, as I said when I first came on, I know some of you guys are late, but I said in the beginning of the video, we not only here to bash Roda Bashe, whatever how you say her name. We're not here to bash her, but this is a great opportunity to talk about relationships between men and women. Now, I don't know, and
Exactly.
in this instance, it's a great time to hypothesize. Words are hard to say. This is a great time to hypothesize about what could have happened when it comes to our own lives, because in this way we actually can't help ourselves. For example, okay, let's say that the guy, as she said, he was like, look, you know what I mean, I'm trying to holler at you, whatever, right? And she was like, no. All right. Then he keep on pressing, keep pressing. Or it could have been that he just said, you look nice today, and she said, F you, blah, 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 and she started to continue to taunt him, which is what the guy was the witness said actually happened. Whatever the case may be, let's look at the one side. Let's say the guy was in the wrong. He kept pressing her. All right. Like you said, wordplay, when you need to leave. Like my dad told me one time, he said he was dating his lady, right? He was dating his lady years ago in California, and he said that he said I was a nice guy, I was a Christian guy, church going guy. He said she said something to me one time, and I raised my hand and smacked her, and he said I had a cross on my neck. And he said when I did, they said that's why he never seen me wear a cross, because he said I literally hit this woman because she pressed a button I didn't know could be pressed, and I had a cross on my neck, and it just hurt me to do the end. Of course, I hit her. So it's like we put ourselves sometimes in situations where, like as Malcolm said, I believe it was Malcolm who said, how would you even know that? Let's put it on the man. How would the man know that? Okay. But my thing is this: sometimes there's warning signs. Wouldn't you agree? Wordplay. Sometimes there's warning signs people give you, and we ignore
Most
the
definitely.
warning signs. We look at their
That's
looks,
right.
and I've done this myself. I don't know about you, Malcolm, but I've done this myself and everyone else. I've dated women who did me wrong because I did them wrong by not properly evaluating them. And that's the man job, in my opinion, more than the woman, because the man is the one that's asking the woman out. Okay. And I'm in my mid-30s right now. I'm in my late 30s right now. I'm not married. And you know what? I could have been married by now, but you know why I'm not married? It's not the woman's fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. Some of it is because of things I just didn't know, because my family, my mother, my father were like in music and stuff, and they didn't have the best, they couldn't teach me to, they had a lot to tell me because they did. A lot was kind of crazy. But I basically went after the wrong type of woman over and over and over and over again. And when I realized, oh, I see what I'm doing, years went by my life. Okay, years passed in my life. So when I see women coming online, for example, and they're saying all men are dogs, I'm like, no. Sometimes it's what you're doing. Sometimes it's you're letting warning signs. You're saying, okay, well, I see he don't got a job and he don't want to get a job, because it got me. the dude may be trying to get a job, but he don't even want to get a job. He wanted to sit in the house and play PS5 all day long. He wanted blah blah blah, but he's sexy or he know how to have sex with blah blah blah. So now because of that, you stay with him. Then you start complaining that he don't do X Y Z when you knew that all along. Same thing with the man. You know, you knew that she looked. I mean, these girls I dated before, and they were so attractive. I remember I dated one girl before. I'm walking down the street. I can't go down the block with her without people pulling over. You know what I mean? I get a
brother.
few of them like that. They pulling over, trying to holler at her while I'm walking with the girl. But the girl was the most toxic person you ever could imagine. But I just kept on trying to keep the relationship going. Kept on, you know what I mean? Kept on trying to push it, and that was my fault. That was 100% my fault. You know what I mean?
Brother Winston, can I ask you a question?
Who this talking?
It's Malcolm. Can I ask you a
Oh, what's
question
going
though?
on? Mm-hmm.
Brother Winston, under what like this is a serious question, like honestly, under what circumstances, right, would it be okay for you as a man to hit a woman with a brick in the face? Like, I just want to know what circumstances would it take for you, what level of frustration or what trigger would it take for you to hit a woman in the face with a brick?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that question. And the reason why I say it, because I just brought up this incident with my father, right? And my father said I would never raise my hand on a woman. I thought I'd never do that. He said, but she pressed a button and I did that. Okay? And my dad's the nicest guy. He give you the shirt off his back. So you ask me right now, what will be the button that will have to be pressed for you to make you do that? Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I've been with a lot of their women in my life. All right? And I get to, and if you ask me, you know, we would take that. I would say, listen, number one, I'm totally against that. I don't believe that's right. I would never want to do that. But the reality, I'm telling you, brothers, listen right now, whoever listen, I'm telling right now, be careful and be wise, because the reality for me, if anybody, is that if you hang around the wrong person, they may press the wrong button and make you do something you don't know. So I can't come on here and say I would never do, I know for certain that I would never do X, Y, Z. I don't know. I have to be wise in my life and where I put my body and where I put myself, lest something stupid happens. A lot of brothers in prison right now, and I know because I visited my relatives in prison for over a decade, and a lot of them brothers who I've seen there, they were sitting in prison thinking to themselves, how did I get here? Well, it's because I didn't think I would do something, and I did it. Somebody pressed my button, and I did something. Now I'm locked up. So we think all those dudes in prison locked up because they criminals, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. They was habitually bad. No, a lot of them guys is locked up because somebody pressed the button and they didn't know that button was there. You understand? So you ask me this question. I'm not for the brick thing, but I'm
Let me
telling
ask
you.
you a follow-up. Let me ask
I
you
would
a
like to
follow-up
answer that question as well.
Let me ask you a follow-up question, because you said a lot of the brothers are there because somebody pushed the button, right?
Right.
Well, isn't that the reason they're there, because someone pushed the button? That's why I asked you,
Can I answer that question?
what would it take for you to pick up a brick
Can I
and
answer
throw
that
it at
question?
hold on 1 second, please. What would it take for
I'm
you
just
to
saying,
pick up a
you say
brick?
hold on, I'll hold on, but can I answer it though afterwards?
Hold on, what's your name? Armis? What's
Can
your
I
name?
answer the question after you finish?
But you can answer it right now, good brother.
Okay, you said what would it take to hit
for you to pick up a brick
woman?
and hit a woman in the face with a brick? What would it take for you to do that?
I got the answer for you.
I'm sure you do.
The only time I believe that scenario would be exactly what is expected is if you are sitting on a movie production studio.
Facts.
The people that do stuff like that, their mind, or the people even involved in that, most of the time, their mind is tuned to be like an actor. Their whole life is like a script. They do shit like a script. They're out there in the club twerking in the middle of the street with bikinis on. They out here want to be a thug. Their mind is like they are in a movie. That's the only time that would be acceptable, because it's a stunt brick. It's not real. It's like a cardboard box, and she's gonna play the role. But that's in a movie. But in reality, a solid ass cinder block would break your neck, and it will wake you the hell up.
He's asking the question. The question is, what will be the button that will have to be pressed? Not is that right or wrong. We all know that's wrong. But he's saying, what will be the button that
is
pressed
called
to make
action.
you do that?
It's called action. It's called action or play.
I get what he's saying. I understand what's your name? I'm sorry. Amaris,
Aramis.
Aramis,
Aramis.
Aramis. All right,
Aramis.
Aramis. I get what you're saying. I understand totally what you're saying. Like basically, it's not acceptable in real life. I get it.
Hmm. But that is real life to them.
There's nothing a woman can say to me, and this is just me talking, right? There's nothing a woman can say to me that will probably do to me either. That will make me pick up a brick, unless I'm trying to get her off, like unless she destroying me or something. And I don't think I would ever have to pick up a brick to hit a woman in the face. But
Can I
there's
comment to
nothing a
that?
woman can say to me that would make me pick up I don't care. Like let's just say we don't
That's a lie,
believe.
brother.
Hold on, it's not a lie for me. It's a lie for you, but it's not a lie for me. Let's just say we don't believe her story, right? Let's just say that woman made that up. Yo, he tried to get my number and I turned him down, and he hit me in the face with a brick. Let's just say she fabricated that entire story.
No, it was real.
I'm saying let's just say that wasn't the truth. Let's say that wasn't the truth, and let's just say she got sassy with her mouth, right? That's still not a reason. So
Oh, of
did you
course,
see her
we
face?
already know this. We already know this, Malcolm. I mean, this is something that's no one here said that was right. And if you're trying to make sure that men know that, I give you a hand. Right? Don't hit a
Right.
woman with a
Nobody
weapon.
says it's right.
That's not right. Nobody's trying to say that. You know, I give
Yeah,
you a
but
hand for that. But that's not
all
what we're
right,
talking about right now, brother. That's what I'm saying.
But so I get basically what I'm saying, right? And
Mhm.
I'm gonna shut my mic down. Is
I'm not trying to
that
be facetious when I said it. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying that.
no,
So
I
you
get it. No,
understand that.
brother
Mhm.
Winston, I get it. I
Mhm.
don't feel offended by you, good brother. You let me speak and you let me come up, and I respect that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But the thing that, because I've been on TikTok for a little while now. The thing that I don't
Mhm.
understand is like, all right,
Mhm.
if we don't agree, right, that what that man did was wrong, right? Like if we agree that, I'm sorry, if we
What
agree
was
that
wrong?
what that man did was wrong, right? If we
Mhm.
agree, like, yeah, that he should have never did that.
Mhm.
Why the hell are we making videos about, yo, look at what she did to this white man? Or look at how she talks about the LGBTQIA plus community. Look at how she feels about men. Men
Because
are
they are
protectors.
scripted.
Like
They are
why
Let me
scripted.
address that.
But that's how they
can I
live
finish?
life.
Can I just finish? Can I
Oh,
finish my
hold
thought?
on. Let
I'll
him
finish.
finish.
Let me just finish
Let him
my
finish. Go
thought,
ahead.
and I'll
Let him
let me
finish.
finish my thought, and I'll let you guys go. But if we all agree that what that man did to that woman was bad, like it was wrong, right? If we
Mhm.
agree to that, right? Then
Mhm.
why are we doing deep dives into this woman's history? You get what I'm saying? Like her
It's a
history has
justification.
nothing to do with what happened to her. You want to know why it doesn't? Because the person that did that to her didn't know her
Had
history.
no idea. Thank you.
He didn't know her
Bingo.
history. Like you thought that dude did a deep dive on her TikTok and was like, yeah, this the chick right here I've been seeing on TikTok. Oh, like she's not that. She had like at that point she had like 15,000. I got more followers on my page and I don't even show my face. I got way more followers than her, and I don't even show my face.
All right. Is
So
this wordplay talking or is this Malcolm?
you think that man who did that to
No,
her
that's
knew
Malcolm.
who she was
Malcolm. Okay.
prior to? You
Mhm.
think that man that did that to her knew who she was prior to? You think that's
Mhm.
why he did it? Like,
Mhm.
no. Like, what I don't understand is like, yo, listen,
Mhm.
two things can be true at the same time, right? If
Mhm.
you want to call her a
Yeah.
scammer or opportunist, whatever, I'm not getting down with that. I don't care if she's a scammer or opportunist. She ain't scamming me, so I don't care.
Can I
You know what
caveat?
I'm saying? I ain't losing no money over that. But
What is
she did get
Go ahead,
hit
bro.
with a brick. She did get hit with a brick,
Okay.
or if she
So
didn't get hit with a brick or a rock, her face was contorted. Like
All right, Malcolm.
it was.
I gotta mute you because I gotta let other people go. We got people above you, and I want to give you a hand for coming
I got
on. I
one
mean, for
caveat before
taking
I go.
that time.
One quick one. Let me get 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
And go ahead.
10 seconds. Start now. Because mentally, that is the way they function. That's their life. They're on a scripted life. They changed the reality life to that. That's how they live. Wake up, go to sleep, wake up, do that. That's how they are. They're in the streets twerking.
Okay.
They're in the streets want to be thugs. They're
Wow.
in the streets want to be this. They have no attachment to really reality.
Hold up, brother. Hold up, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta let Malcolm out because you at the bottom and somebody trying. Hold on, is he still trying to get in here? Let me see. Make sure. Cause I'm trying to let somebody in. I can't let him in. I'm gonna let you out, Malcolm, for now. Cause I can't let this new person in. Continue. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that.
Can I comment to that question earlier that the brother asked about what would it take to trigger you into hitting somebody with a brick or a woman with a brick?
Hold on, one second. Hold on, one second. Was the person that was just talking? You done? I don't want to get interrupted. You done?
Well, yeah. I am basically. I said this is the mentality. This is their like it's like a cult. This is how they live, literally. She wasn't expecting that brick to hurt, though, I don't think. But she didn't plan it. It's just that when you in that lifestyle or you in that mindset of a scripted role, like everything you do is scripted. It's like it's being filmed. You have no compensation. You're not getting compensated for being a stunt man. She's out there living life like that, like wild, like you're in a movie. He's out there living life like he's in a movie. Really, because nobody would do that unless it
Right.
was a
Right.
fake
And
break.
people
But it was
in the comments saying bring Malcolm back. As I said, I can't bring him back because there's a limit on how many people can be in this room. So if y'all trying to accuse me of getting rid of him, no, I can't let Dallas people come in the room. Only let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in here, and then TikTok will not allow me to let more. It could be because I only have a certain amount of followers. So that's the rules of this app. So don't accuse me. I'm literally telling you the truth. If you don't like it, you can leave. All right, get you. I'm sorry, bro.
were any of those guys paid bodyguards? Like were any of them her paid bodyguard?
Who you talking to?
Because
People
she's
that
an
were there?
entertainer. Yeah,
The
she's an
girl, I
entertainer,
don't know.
obviously. Like, does she have
Yeah,
a
I'm
paid
not sure.
bodyguard to be doing all that wild shit?
She's trying to break in.
Oh, she's gonna get broken in for that because you can't do that. Real actors have paid bodyguards and security. They don't be out there doing that crazy shit. And matter of
She doing
fact,
it
it's
for
against
clout.
the rules. It's against the rules for them to even be in that type of stuff. They'll get dropped from like Will Smith got dropped from the Oscars for doing that real shit. They'll get dropped. Like they'll get kicked out of because Actors Guild, it's called Actors Guild. You gotta sign some consent forms. You just can't be out there doing crazy stuff. But in her
Okay, hold
mind, she's an actor.
on. Now, Armors, I gotta let the next person come because you got 3 people above you. I don't want people will leave out sometimes because they ain't
Okay,
get to
thank
talk. So I'll make sure everybody get a chance. So next person is I Rich. What's going on? What's happening? Can you hear
Dude,
me?
what's up, man? Yeah,
What's the deal?
like I was. Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah, you sound a little low, but if this, as long as your stuff is your volume all the way up, it's cool.
Oh no, I'm still just listening. I'm waiting to make the next point when it's time to make it.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next person, and you just stay in the joint. One second. Hold on, let me see if somebody else in the joint. Like now, I gotta actually look at these at who requesting to get in and knock people out. All right, okay, nobody trying to get in. Okay, so now we gonna go to Quanterio. What's the deal?
Look, this is what I'm saying. We have to have respect for each other. Women, men, everybody. When you get outside yourself, and a lot of times these women have got outside themselves. Us as men, they look at us like we supposed to discipline ourselves while they be undisciplined. And men are starting to say, I'm not gonna be as disciplined. A lot of this next generation that's coming up, they saying I'm not gonna be as disciplined. I
Why
seen
you
what
think
my
that is?
mama
Why you think
did.
that is? Why you think that is? That they gonna say that? That they saying that?
I think they say that because of how their mama was raised them.
Okay.
They see men come in and out the house. They see how they mamas treat men, and they think they can do the same thing. Like one of my biggest obstacles is teaching my son that you can't do what your mama do, even though we not together. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big divide there. I have to teach him you can't act like your mama.
Right.
She can get away with it. You can't, son.
Right. See, and that goes along with Quanterio. That goes along with what I have above, we got to learn to take accountability. There are some women, okay? There are some women, not all, but there are some women, and I've met a lot of them, some of them where they cannot say I'm sorry. If they make a mistake, they cannot say I'm sorry, I made a mistake. You will never hear them say that. Okay. Even some of my relatives, they done all kind of stuff to some of my other relatives, and they will just act nice, but they won't say, I did you wrong, I'm sorry. Okay. And same thing with men. There's some men that you'll do a lady wrong, you won't apologize. You just be, oh baby, let me buy you something. You need to apologize for what you just did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
accountability
agree.
is very important.
I
Hold
agree
on one second.
wholeheartedly.
1 second, bro. I'm gonna let you still go, but I just want to see if this guy can respond to me. Somebody in the comments, and I was thinking this too, said, "Did Bigger speak yet? Bigger, did you speak yet?"
No, not yet.
All right. Well, once
I got
Quantario
bumped
done,
off earlier.
you go. Come on, once he's done. All right. I'm sorry, bro. I think you was in there, and you left out, and you came back in. So I'm gonna let him continue. But then we gonna go to you. Then go to Uncle
Yeah,
Rico.
yeah, my reception.
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Quantario. What the heck going on with this?
What I'm saying is, it's
All right. Here we go.
it's becoming a real task to teach my
Mm-hmm.
son that you can't move like a woman moves. She gets extra spaces, just almost like you're playing chess. She gets extra spaces she can move. Son, you can only move one space at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
When my son come, he tell me, hey, this happened, that happened, hey, this happened, that happened. I
Hold up,
tell
hold
him
up,
how to
hold up, bro.
move.
Hold up, brother. Quantario, what you mean when you say? I mean, saying for a woman may be thinking this. When you say, you can't move like the woman can move. What you mean by that? Can you expound upon it? What you mean? Like some women think, listen, everything is the same. So what's the difference? What are you trying to say here? For someone listening and
Okay,
not understanding
okay.
what you're saying.
Just just taking the same, scenario that I was using. Like
Okay.
on a chessboard, a woman can move multiple spaces, but the king on the
Oh, the
spaceboard
queen.
only
Right.
gets to
The
move
queen.
one spot at a time.
Right. That's true.
That's how our young black men are treated out here. You run up against
House
the
up. House
police,
up. Okay.
you run up against the police, hey, they
Hmm.
might hem you up the first time.
Right.
The
Right.
one
Right.
move you make, they might hem you up. But look, the queen, and all our young ladies call themselves queens and stuff now, deserving or not, they call themselves queens, but they do move all over the board.
Hold on 1 second, Quantario. One second, Quantario. Wordplay. You still in here?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
here.
still in here.
All right. You mind? You know what? Who been here the longest? I'm gonna have to knock somebody out. Let me see something for a second. People begging for the boy Malcolm to come back. They look at him like he Malcolm X. They're like Malcolm. I want Malcolm to come back because Malcolm saying all kinds of stuff the women want to hear. That's what that's about. You know what I mean? But if anybody in the chat right now can step out, okay, if you can come back. Malcolm is trying to get back in. That's all I'm trying to say. Once again, as I said earlier, I can't let them. I can only let
I'll
certain
step
people in.
out.
I can't let them
I'll
in.
step out.
I
I'm stepping
apologize
out.
for that, but you come right back in. Okay, Quentin, I'm sorry, brother. I gotta interrupt because I gotta handle this up at the same time y'all talking. I apologize for that.
Handle your
Continue. I'm
business.
sorry. So you was talking about how men can't make those same type of steps, right, and so on and so forth, right, as women
Right,
can.
right. They can't. When the police pull you over, he don't look at you the same way as he look at a woman.
Right. In
And
my
and
opinion,
I
right.
know they call it they say, well, we need equality
Thomas
and we
Brother
need
Malcolm
all of
back,
this,
like
but
he
at
Malcolm
the
X
end
or
of the
somebody.
day, it's not
You
gonna be
offended, man.
equality because it's through the view of a man. When a man pull you over and a man pull me over, he gonna look at us two different ways. That's just the facts
Right.
of it. He might
Right.
let you go on a ticket, but guess what? He gonna give me a ticket because my license plate ain't right, because I got a rear view mirror that's cracked, or I got a tail light that's out. He gonna get me. That's that one move I got. But
Right.
he might let you go on to the house and tell you to fix it later as a woman. And what
Right.
I'm
Because men
trying
and
to
women.
teach my son is
Mm-hmm.
that, hey, you
Mm-hmm.
got that one move. You got to be careful off top. But he
Right.
trying to move like his mama moves. And
Right.
you can't do that, son.
And there's a lot of men that grow up, a lot of young men that grow up with their mom. They grow up with their mom. You know what I mean? They don't have a father. Like I didn't have my dad in the house. You know what I mean? So thank God
I
for the
didn't
Lord. I
either.
mean, right. So it wasn't for God. I mean, I don't know what I'll probably be. under the jail right now, or not, and or not on above ground. But
To be honest
end of
with
the
you, I
day,
had to bump my head a couple of times.
right,
I had to
exactly. Now
bump
we're
my
gonna
head a
do
couple of times before I learned that, hey, I can't talk like my mama talk.
exactly. And I'm gonna have to move down for you
It's gonna
now.
be consequences. Going back to protecting black women. Like we
Mm-hmm.
can men can go out there and protect them, but they only got one move.
Mm-hmm.
We can't we
I
can't
mean,
we can't move, you know what I'm saying, multiple
any
spots.
kind of way. Well, I
Yeah,
agree with you. Like I agree. Like some women may listen to this and say, "What he's saying is BS." Blah, blah, blah. What you saying is true because it just depends on the situation. Like you said, if it's a male cop and a male, or especially if it's a black man, they look at these, like, okay, you a man, whatever. I mean, I've been racially profiled a ton of times.
right.
Situations I've been in, and I understood this is a situation. I remember one time I used to live in a suburb, right? I used to live in the suburbs, right? And I was waiting for this bus, and this white cop came up to me, right? And he said, "What are you doing?" I used to work at Chick-fil-A, right? I had a Chick-fil-A shirt on. Guy says, "What are you doing?" I'm waiting for my bus. I'm like 24 years old, right? I'm waiting for this bus. He's like, "Give me information. Give me a social security number." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "I'm waiting for a bus." So I asked him, I said, "What is the problem, sir?" He like, "Do you hear what I said?" Blah, 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 blah. So I was very, very offended. I just said, you know what? I gave it to him. So I went home. So after everything was done, he in the car and he says, it was a kid that hooked you from school. It's like it's like 3 miles away. I'm literally 24 years old. He said it was a kid that hooked you from this high school 3 or 4 miles away. And I thought you could have been him, blah, 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 blah. It came over on the radio. Okay. So I
But
was very,
they
very
always
heated.
gonna get that lie.
Right. So I came home. My mom said, listen, if a cop pull you over, don't argue with him because you could not be here anymore. That's not what she said, but basically that's
Do
what
you
she was
know why?
saying.
Do you know why your
Don't
mom
hold,
said
don't.
that?
I know, because she wanted me to be alive. She didn't want, what I mean. In the day,
Right,
that's the game that I'm playing. She said, "Look, this
right.
game that you're playing, you gotta understand." And sometimes I see women like the one woman. If what the story is true, or I think you can hear it on the video. I think her name is, if I'm not mistaken, Sandra Bland. When Sandra Bland, if I'm not mistaken, I know the story kind of old, but if I'm not gonna remember, she encountered that cop. And I'm not trying to blame her. Are you trying to blame her? I'm not trying to blame her. I'm trying to explain something here. Okay, Sandra Bland was in the car. The cop pulled her over. All right, he pulled her over. All right, and I think he pulled over for I forget what, I think it was something stupid. Whatever it was nothing. All
Some
right.
type of
I think
tail
they
light or something. Yeah.
I think that she pulled over because she thought she was trying to let him go by or something like that. And then what happened was he tried to say you was going slow. Something that he created, okay? But in the video you can hear her like cursing him out. Which she, in my opinion, she had the right to be mad at him because of what he was doing there. Okay. I don't feel like she was, she had a right to be upset for sure. And then she ended up being hung, and they said, "Oh, well, she just hung herself," which of course we know that didn't happen. But
Right.
when that happened, I think she was going to Texas or some state like that when this happened, and she was from another state. And when I saw it, I said, "That's a shame." I said, "Man, like if she only kind of knew, like it's unfortunate. You got to say this type of stuff." But I was like, it's kind of unfortunate that I wish that she just knew. Look, these type of people, you can't even say nothing to. Just do whatever they tell you. You know what I mean? That because until you
And
can get
that's the
out of there, you
shame of
understand
it
what I'm
though.
saying?
You
Yeah, it's
realize that's the
unfortunate, but
shame
that's kind
of
of
it.
how I kind of felt about it.
But that's how we was taught down here in the South. Down in the
Right,
South, we was taught that way.
right,
So you don't see a lot of that going on. But that's because
right,
we comply. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we swallow our pride.
right,
It
right.
hurts,
So, right, right.
but
So
we
I
swallow
see,
our pride.
right. And also, I want to let you know, Malcolm. I'll let you back in this is the same. I'll let you back in here, Malcolm. I see you put in the chat. Terrible example. We're not here to hate on anybody. We're not here to make fun of anybody. I'll let you back in this chat, okay? So you could talk and express yourself. But if you gonna come in here and attack me, the host, I'm gonna kick you out the live right now. You can leave. All right. I'm not playing. We don't do the hate on in this live. We ain't hating on nobody. I know a lot of people do that. I don't do that here. I'm a Christian. We talk about we treat everybody with respect. If you don't come on and try to make fun of somebody and what they're saying, you can leave. I'm gonna give you a chance to come back on there. But if you start to do that, I'm gonna kick you right on out. I'm just treating everybody with respect. As you can see, I already told you
I
that.
didn't
But
attack
you
you,
in the
good brother. I didn't attack you, good brother. You brought up Sandra Bland, and
no
I'm
no
like,
no no
yo,
no no
she
no no
didn't
no no
deserve to
no
die,
hold up
good
hold up
brother.
hold up brother hold up brother hold up brother hold up. You attack me by saying terrible example. You literally are attacking what I'm saying.
No, I
Okay.
didn't, but like, I didn't attack you.
No,
Attack.
hold up, brother. Hold up, brother. Let me speak. In the way that you put that comment down, you left a comment saying, and I'm trying to teach here, okay? You said, look, terrible example. You coming into my live and you're saying what I'm saying is terrible. You're saying I'm sitting here trying to teach, and you're coming into class and saying you're a terrible teacher by saying terrible example. You could have easily said, I don't agree with that example. That's a better language. I don't agree with that example. No, you said terrible example. Terrible example. That was terrible. You don't know what you're doing. That's what you're saying when you're saying terrible. Be respectful. That's what I'm trying to say. Be respectful. I don't agree with that. It sounds much better. It makes more sense. But don't come my live and start saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. If you do that, and that's for anybody. You can get out of here.
All right, listen, good brother.
I'm letting
No,
people
look,
come in
look,
here who
good
I don't
brother.
agree with. You
I
gotta be respectful. That's what I'm
apologize if
trying to
you
say.
took it. I apologize if you took it that way,
Okay.
good brother. But that's
Okay.
perception.
I accept
That
it.
had nothing to do
I
with my
accept that.
intention. That's
All right. I
your
accept it.
perception, good brother.
I accept it. But I'm telling you that you should not do it. You should not put terrible so and so when somebody's trying to teach. That's totally disrespectful. You may
You,
not see it like that, but I'm
just
trying
said
to tell you, for a lot of people, they
you
do see
just
it like
used
that.
a black. You just used a black woman who got hung. You literally said it yourself. You said she got hung in
Right.
a Texas facility where
Right.
people are supposed to protect and serve. She was hung in that same facility, and you
Right.
used her as an example. All I said was that's a terrible example, good brother.
No, 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 no,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no. Listen, Malcolm. Listen, Malcolm. It wasn't a tear. It was the reason why I brought that up for those. Listen, I brought it up because my brother was talking about how we got to move. So it's actually the most perfect example because I'm
Yeah,
explaining how.
I think it proved the point.
Right. I'm explaining how I'm not like as I said earlier. I said I'm not blaming Sandra Bland. I'm not blaming her at all. But what I'm saying is that it's a possibility that if she just was quiet, she could have possibly got out of there
can I,
alive.
so can I ask you a question, good brother?
But as I said, Malcolm, hold on. As I said, Malcolm, at the end of the day, she's not at fault. I'm just saying that because of this evil nation that we live in, with all the racism and all of this mess, as I said, it's unfortunate that I even had to say that. That's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate that I even have to say that. Once again, I'm not blaming her, but as a brother, the topic is not someone with a brick. I don't know what you're thinking the topic is. The topic is, okay,
I
how
was
men got to
directly
move
responding
in,
to that, good
in
brother.
his
That's
nation.
all. I was directly responding to that. I wasn't talking about the brick lady. I was directly
Okay,
responding to what you just said. I wasn't, but
okay.
I'm saying, like, do you know, like, I'm like, let me ask you a question. Do you like do you kind of hear how it sounds like when you say, well, I'm not blaming her, but then you kind of turned around and blamed her.
No, I'm not.
Like,
No, I'm not.
No, not
then
at
why
all.
use her? Well, then why use her as an example at all?
Okay, hold on. Let me mute you. Let me mute you, Malcolm. Okay, I'm gonna mute you real quick. Okay, you asked me a question. You said why use her as an example. I'm explaining you why. And I'm doing this, Malcolm, and I respect you for coming on there. Okay, and speaking respectfully. Okay, but you asked me a question. Why use her as an example? And I'm explaining you because you may not understand this. Once again, the subject is how we got to move in a racist America. How we got to move. You see, I brought up the example about me waiting for the bus. I was treated in a racist way. My mother told, I don't know if you heard that, but I don't know if you was here. My mom said, listen, you gotta be careful what you say, or you could be gone. Then I'll bring up Sandra Bland and explain that. To explain, to let people understand that my mother was right. We live in an evil nation. Okay.
Right, right.
And you could and anything can happen to you. You can say the wrong thing. And there's no such thing as the wrong thing when you're being treated, when you're being accosted or you're being, someone's treating you in a racist way. There's no such thing as the wrong thing to
When you
say.
being
But in the
treated
mind of
wrong.
the, but in the mind, but listen, but in the mind of that evil person who got a weapon in their hand and can take your life, and the law will allow them to do that. In that instance only, yes, you do got to be careful how you move, which is what the brother was saying. So if you're saying I don't understand the correlation, that's the correlation. It should be clear. If it's not clear, hopefully I'm making it more clear. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm saying that it's the nation's fault. It's America's fault. You feel what I'm
And I
saying, Malcolm?
totally agree with that, brother Winston. I do. I totally agree that black people aren't a lot of the times black people aren't at fault. But what I would say is, did you see the video of Sandra Bland? Like, what did she do wrong?
Yeah, I saw it.
Well,
Nothing,
so
Okay,
like, what did she do wrong? What could she had possibly done
bro.
right that wouldn't have got
Bro,
her? That wouldn't
nothing.
have ended. Yeah, that wouldn't have ended up how she ended up. Like, what did she? I seen the video. Like, if you go
right,
to my
right,
platform right now, right?
I watch
Look
it
at
right,
several
right,
my
times.
entire platform is black,
right,
pro black,
right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
bigger is one of my mutuals. If you go to my platform right now, all I do
Hmm.
is educate. That's all I do. I've seen the video. So what could she have possibly done different?
Okay,
Shut
let
up,
me
like
respond. I'm gonna respond.
not be a human being, not express how she felt. Like if you get
let me
pulled over
respond.
for a ticket, right?
Can I
That's an
answer this?
infraction. That's not
Can
even
I answer this?
that's not even a jailable offense. If you get
Hold on,
pulled over,
Malcolm.
Right.
well,
I'm
But
sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm
can I
sorry.
just
Go ahead,
finish
let me
bro.
my
answer
thought,
this.
good brother? Please,
Go
if you
ahead.
get pulled over, if you get pulled
Let me
over
tell
for
you what let
speeding,
me tell you what
Hold
she
on.
could have
Let him
done
talk. Let's let him
different.
talk. Let's let him talk, though. Let's let him talk.
if you get pulled over for speeding, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's an infraction, right? That's not a
Right. You're right.
jailable offense. They write you a
You're right.
ticket and you go on your way.
You're right.
How
You're right.
did it escalate to her being unalived? So
Now, Malcolm,
you're telling me she should have shut up. What did she say? Because we
okay,
could pull
Malcolm,
up the video.
let me respond to you, Malcolm, because you asked me a question, okay? Now, you saying, what could she have done different that could have helped her? The reality is this. Her hands were her life was in the hands of a racist police force, number one. That's already known, okay? It's already
Point
known.
one.
All right.
Point one.
That's number one. Number two,
Ooh-wee.
we don't know if she said nothing at all, Malcolm. We don't know if it would have mattered. And that's what I see that's what you're saying. You're saying, look, brother, essentially, you don't know if it's something could have changed, but it could have because and I'm telling you this from experience of dealing with a ton of racist people. I have seen the difference. And once again, it's unfortunate that we have to even talk like this, but because we live in such an evil nation where some racist white folks have power over our children's lives, we can't just move, as the brother was saying, we can't move around any kind of way, and so we can just do whatever we want. Because when you do that, sad to say, the United States of America will allow you to be taken out of here, and then like 90% of the time, when these cops go to the court, they don't get charged with anything. You understand?
They
This is
get
the
out.
nation that we are living in,
But
so we can't live in an
what
imaginary world. We think we can just say
what
anything.
did she
We
say,
can't
good
do that.
brother? But what
You see
did
what I'm
she
saying?
say, good brother? But good brother,
No, she was just
what did she
was
say?
like
What could she have done
she was
differently?
saying what Sandra was saying was something like, she was cursing. She was basically saying, look, why are you doing that? Everything she was saying was right. Everything she was saying was right. But my thing is with those type of guys, it just don't even say nothing at all. And that's a
Until
shame
you
to say
got some
that. But
So,
support.
don't even say nothing at all.
Brother Winston, can I ask you one more question, and I'm gonna
Go on
mute my
ahead. Go on
mic?
ahead. Go
All
on ahead,
right.
bro.
So we know about the KKK, right? The White Hoods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that anything the black people that they strung up on a tree, right? Do you think they could have said it if you're a racist person, right? And you're out to
I see
destroy
where you're
black
going.
people,
Right,
you're
right,
out to destroy black. Do you think it was anything that woman could, if he had his sights set on her? Do you
right,
think that there was anything she could have said that would have saved her from that encounter?
right,
He already
I
pulled her
do.
over. He
I
right.
do.
already
I do.
pulled her over, right? He already
Right.
he was looking for trouble. He
I think
already pulled her over.
I agree with you. I agree with that. I agree 100%. I think he was
hold
looking.
on,
I
hold
think
on,
that
hold on,
he
hold
was
on a
looking for
minute.
trouble. I agree with that.
I think it's something she could have said. She could have said nothing. She could have came with backup. That's what we do down here in the South.
Well,
You
Yo,
say
let me respond.
nothing.
yo,
You say
literally
nothing.
all the
You say
stories,
Look,
literally all the stories
hold
we
on,
hear is from the
hold on.
South, good brother. You serious?
Yes, I'm very serious. I'm
Literally
very
all the
serious.
stories we hear about lynchings and all that stuff, it happens
mm-hmm,
in the South. Every
Right.
mm-hmm.
news story
And
you hear, what do
and do
you
you know what
mean? Like,
those
yo,
brothers and
that's what
those
we do in the
sisters are
South.
doing? Do you know what those brothers and those sisters are doing? They standing
I'm
up
about to
on
knock you
their
out,
own.
wordplay. I gotta let you out, wordplay. You come back, but I gotta let you out of here because I gotta let somebody else in, and I gotta let you the oldest person in here.
It
Yeah,
takes
So
a
that's fine.
collective.
you come back. I see somebody trying to come in. I gotta
Sometimes you
let you
have to
out.
humble yourself and you have to be quiet.
Good
Then you come back with
brother, do
your
you hear
strength,
yourself? Brother,
with
do
the
you hear
people who
yourself, good brother?
support you.
Good brother, do you hear yourself, good brother?
Yes,
What's
I
going
do.
on? Come here.
That's-
Okay.
Gentlemen, I'd like to speak if that's okay. I've been waiting
I'm
patiently.
sorry for the wait, Rico. What's going on? I'm Rio.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. My fault.
No, you're good. First and foremost, I want to thank you for letting me on here. To everybody, all
No
the
problem.
gentlemen out here, good evening. All the ladies and everybody in the chat, good evening as well. Hope all is well with y'all and y'all lives. Um, I'm just gonna take it back. I'm gonna take a step back and talk about the whole accountability thing because I've been sitting here thinking about it. I think a lot of times, especially for this generation with women, and I preface this by saying, women, I'm not coming at you. Please don't take it personally. This is just my personal opinion. I feel like women in this generation are raised to feel like they can have a pass, especially when they're in a relationship with a man. See, the problem I think these days is that we got kids raising kids, and it's impossible for them to teach them maturity if they're not mature themselves. So,
Right.
what I've seen, and I want you to hear me on this one because I've never seen so many dependent, independent women in my life in this generation. Meaning that a lot of these women are independent and they do their own thing, but when they get a man, all of a sudden they're not independent anymore. They want us to do everything for them, as a matter of like paying bills and whatnot. But then when something happens to them, they feel a lot of the time it's because we didn't do enough. But it's like they don't know how to reflect. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't reflect on their own actions. They just deflect it on us. And I understand women, y'all have it. Y'all have it. You know, it's rough to be a woman. Trust me. I raised two daughters. I got one in college right now, and I got an 8-year-old girl. I don't have any sons, but I don't think a lot of times they take a look about what a man's got to go through on a daily basis. Like we have feelings too, we hurt too, but we got to stay strong because you are the more feminine sex. So we deal with a lot of shit too because we have to internalize a lot of shit. Because for a lot of women these days, when we externalize our feelings, they bring it back as weak. They're like, oh, you're weak. You can't be. You got to be strong and blah, blah, and this, that, and the third. So I feel like a lot of times women aren't taught, like a lot of, I'm not gonna say all women because that's wrong. Most women are taught that they don't have to take accountability for anything if there is a man around because we have to bear the brunt of everything, everyday life. We got to bear the brunt of bills. We got to bear the brunt of being emotionally there for you because you're going through something. We have to bear the brunt of the world. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't reflect it back on us because we go through a lot of shit too. But a lot of women, they feel like that they don't have to take accountability for their actions if there's somebody else in their life who is quote unquote taking care of them. That's why I say dependent, independent women, because I'm not saying it's a cop out, but I'm saying that, you know, they use that as a tool for them to not to have to take accountability for their actions because they feel like we have to take accountability for everything.
So Rio, essentially, you saying it's some women, not all women, though, right? I'm
No,
just
not all.
wondering.
No. I'm definitely
Okay.
not going to say not all women because that's a blanket statement and that would be very inappropriate of me. But
Well, 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 let me
yes,
ask
sir.
you this, Rio. Why do you? And if you already answered this, I apologize. I had to look at some stuff here.
You good?
Why do you think it is that some women, and this is some for some men too, but why do you think it is that some women have issues with that those type of things, the accountability and so on and so forth? Right? What is the root of that problem? Where is that coming from?
I really feel like that it's coming from their upbringing and their parents. Like I said earlier, these days, I'm 43 years old. So back when I
Hmm.
was a kid, I see mothers like 25, 30 years old. Right now, you got kids raising kids. And like I said before, you can't teach a kid maturity if you're not mature yourself. So as we know as kids, when we get into a situation or something like that, oh, it's what's our first go to? It's not my fault. It's this, it's that, it's this and that. If you have a 16, 17-year-old mother raising a daughter and she still has that mindset, what do you think the daughter's
Yeah.
gonna what do you think the
Can I
daughter's
ask?
gonna
Can
learn?
I ask him a question, brother Winston?
Hold on one second. Go on ahead, and then I want to say I'm gonna let Tori speak, cause she's sitting here. I don't want people to be sitting here waiting. But ask him a question. I think I'm gonna ask you a question also. Then we're gonna have Tori on. Okay, go ahead, Malcolm. If that's
All right,
Malcolm talking.
Who's that? Unc Rio, right? Unc,
Yes, sir. How you doing?
you said you got these young women raising kids, correct?
Correct.
What happened to the fathers? Where the fathers at?
I mean, but that's a continuous cycle. Ever since that we've like from my parents and your parents, grandparents, and in the black community, fathers are more absent than they should be. But at the same time, a man is still a man. I can't teach I have daughters. I cannot teach them how to be women. I can teach them how men are towards women because I'm a man myself. But I can't teach them to be a woman. I can't teach them to do that. I can
But
That's
teach
the
you,
them.
most important thing you can teach them, though.
but you can teach them how to be a civilized human being, correct?
I can lead them to
Right.
water, but I can't force them to drink because as a man, I don't have
Bro,
any. Wait,
you to
hold
be
on a second. Hold on, I'm answering your
But they
question.
know they
Hold
know where
on.
the water is, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
like you all over the place, good brother. Like to be everything I'm saying, it's a deflection. Like you can lead them to water. Then, well, if you're using that excuse, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. Then why doesn't that apply to the mothers? Then you just talked about mothers. Well, if you
Right,
can lead them to water and you can't make them drink, then why isn't that applicable to the mothers? Right?
right.
No, because it is applicable to the mothers. Think about it.
Well,
If
that's not what you said a second ago.
but I
Well,
mean, but if you let me talk, I'll be able to explain it to you.
Okay, I'm sorry, good brother.
No, you're good, brother. That's cool. What I'm saying is this. I can't, like I said, I can't teach my daughters to be how to be a woman. Like if I had sons, yeah, the sons would gravitate towards me more because I'm a man and they are a man as well. However, I can teach my kids about
Thank you,
accountability.
Avery.
I can teach my daughters about accountability. I can teach them how to be civilized, respectful human beings. But they're going to gravitate more towards their mother because they're both females. Like I said, I can't teach them how to be females, but their mother
But
can
I'd
teach
have
them
to
how to be.
but
disagree.
Okay.
hold on. So you never heard of like the daughter being like they always say that, right? That's always the expression. Like the daughter loves the father.
And
She's a
that's why
daddy's
I
girl. She's
disagree.
a daddy's girl, right? So
Right.
that
And that's
expression
why I
exists.
disagree.
That expression exists for a reason, right? Like that didn't
Right,
come out of thin air. That expression exists for a reason. She's daddy's little girl, right? So
right.
that cancels what you just said out because that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Because
that's your opinion because it doesn't
that's
fit
not an
your narrative.
opinion.
It's
That's a
not a
literal
matter of
expression,
opinion.
good brother.
No, because no,
That's not a literal expression. Daddy's
no,
little girl, daddy's girls,
what
daddy's
I'm
girls.
saying,
That's not a mama's boys. That's not a
no, I
literal.
mean,
Those are
Hold up,
not
Malcolm.
literal
Malcolm,
expressions, good brother.
hold on. Malcolm, 1 second.
that's not what I'm
Hold on,
saying.
Malcolm.
Wait, see, look,
Hold up, Rio. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Rio. I was going to say is like I have to stop you over a second. I want Malcolm to respond to this, but I want to say this. I believe what Rio was trying to say, Malcolm, is he cannot teach a young woman how to be a woman as a woman could because he's a man. He cannot, no matter what you say, things that are inherently in a woman, he can't instill into a young woman because he's a man. You understand what I'm saying?
But
What do you think about that? That's what I think he's trying to say.
but
that
the
is
reason
exactly what
why
I'm trying to say.
the reason why there's a daddy's little girl is because she gets the game from her daddy.
And that's what I said
She gets
earlier.
the truth from her
That's
daddy. Her
that's what I
daddy
said
put her up
earlier.
on game.
See, what I said earlier is that I can't teach her how to be a woman, but I can teach her how a man's gonna move around a woman because I'm a man. That's what I
And
said
that makes
earlier.
her a woman.
Exactly, but I can't teach her how to be a woman. I can't do
Right,
that.
right.
30 seconds. Okay.
But
Yeah,
that's
you don't
why I
know the
said you could
intricate.
teach her how to be a responsible human being, though. You don't
I
have to
Right.
teach her
understand
how to be
that,
a woman. You can teach
but
her how to be a responsible human being. You know how many men were raised by single mothers?
no,
Like
I don't know.
within the black community, we can't be
He's
like
not one of
we have to be genuine right now, right? We can't be disingenuous. Do you know how many black men, powerful black men, were raised by single black mothers?
See, I
So
don't know.
what you're saying, well, hold on, listen. What you're saying is that black women are incapable of raising men.
No, now you're putting
That
words in
doesn't
my
make
No,
it. That doesn't make
you're
any.
putting words in
No,
my
that's
mouth.
what he
no,
said. He said he can't
No,
listen. He said,
no.
listen.
that's not what
Listen.
I said.
Hold on. You said you can't teach your daughter how to be a woman, right?
Right,
Because you're a man. Well,
right.
then what about the successful black men who were raised by single black women?
We're not talking
Then
How
about
you're
did they
that.
Xing
grow up
out.
to be
Hold on,
successful black
hold on.
men?
Let me answer this.
I'm
We're not
Let me
talking
answer
about.
this.
We're not talking about
Oh,
them.
You're
I'm talking
Xing
about
out.
myself.
Hold on.
No,
Let me
well,
get this.
yeah,
You're
let's let him
Xing
go.
out.
Go ahead.
You're Xing out all the external factors.
Uh-huh.
Once she goes out there and she meets other people, maybe she go to college, maybe she's in a work environment or whatever. She learns from that too, just like your son does. They learn from external factors too. You supposed to set the groundwork.
And also, Malcolm, I want to say this to you, Malcolm. I don't know how you're gonna respond, so I'm gonna ask you this question, okay? I don't think that you believe this, but let's see what you're gonna say here, okay, brother? Do you believe that a young man being raised by a single mother is not missing something because the father is not there? Okay, because that goes along with what Rio was saying. He's saying, look, it's things that's gonna be missing because I'm a man for the woman. So if you're talking about from the woman's point of view, the woman raising the son, do you believe that if a woman is raising a son, of course a son can still be successful. I'm successful, thank God, I got businesses. I was raised by
Me
my mom.
too.
But I would have rather had my dad there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just asking you this question, Malcolm. What do you feel about it? Do you feel like
all right.
that the
So
woman
look,
could do all
so
this stuff?
All right, brother Winston, you
Huh?
just said two different things, right?
Oh my God.
So and
It's the same thing. It's the
I'll
same thing.
no. I'm explaining to you how you said two different things. You said
Okay.
you was raised by your mother, right?
Right.
You're successful, correct?
Right.
You got businesses, correct? That's what you said, right?
Right.
But then you turned around and said, I would have rather had my father there too, correct? That's what you
Right.
just
Right.
said.
Right.
So you're arguing two different points,
No,
right?
it's not. No, I'm not.
Look, let me hold on. Let me
Go
explain,
ahead.
good brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
listen.
I mean, go ahead.
You are successful
Mm-hmm.
being raised by your mother. Then you turned around and said, "I would have." Every black boy growing up, I'm sure, would have rather have would have rather have his father there
Mm-hmm.
and his mother there coexisting and co-parenting together. But sometimes that
Right.
doesn't happen. So when you
Right.
said, yeah, I would have much rather had my father there. Well, yeah,
Right.
a lot of black boys would rather that. But sometimes that doesn't happen. But that doesn't mean you didn't end up successful.
But it's different. But
You argued a fact and an
mm-hmm.
opinion. The
No,
opinion
Malcolm, listen.
was I wanted.
You're
No,
wrong.
listen.
No,
And I'm gonna
hold
let
up.
you go. I'm gonna say this
Hold
and
up,
I'm gonna
y'all.
let you go. I'm gonna say
Hold up,
this and
y'all.
I'm gonna let you go, brother Winston.
I'm listening.
The opinion was I wanted my
Mm-hmm.
dad there.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is your mother raised you and you
Right.
turned out successful.
But did she
Right.
teach him how to be a man?
You
Hold up,
saying you
real.
Tell her.
wanted your
Let me
dad
respond.
there? I
Hold on.
believe that a black father should be in the household with his children, but that's not always the case. And you're a prime example of a black mother raising a black boy by herself, and he turned out successful. That's all I wanted to say.
Well,
I'm gonna mute
I
now.
got a
I
question
appreciate it,
for
Malcolm,
you.
but this is the
How much
point. This is the
more
Malcolm. No,
successful would he be
hold up. Let me respond to Malcolm real quick.
if he
I
had his
appreciate you saying
father
that,
there?
Malcolm.
So, are you
No,
serious?
hold up. I have to mute y'all. Hold on one second,
Very.
y'all. I gotta respond to my brother here. Hold on. No disrespect. I'm mute y'all. Okay, Malcolm. I appreciate you saying I'm a prime example, but the point that's being made, which I hope you can see, is this: in spite of, I was successful. I had to do a ton of work. In spite of, I had to climb more mountains. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I had to climb more mountains than I should have had to because I did not have a black father figure there. And that's the point that I think Rio was trying to say. Because he's not there, I have to do a ton of work I shouldn't have to do. Also, I'm rolling the dice on my life over and over and over and over again, having to depend on God for stuff I shouldn't have to ask to depend upon him for, simply because I don't have a father figure there. There are mistakes that I made that I wouldn't have made if I had a positive father figure there. It's a ton of mistakes that I made. I'm not going to mention, but still, in spite of, and the reality is that when I go into these prisons and I see all these men, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm the one that's like 1 out of 1,000. I'm the one who was able to overcome all of these mountains. But a lot of these guys don't they can't do that. A lot of them, I grew up in a Christian house. I was able to go to a public school and a private school. A lot of kids who I know their parents couldn't afford to go to a private school. I went to a school in Philly. That was a great private school. Okay, when I was in elementary school. Okay, a lot of kids don't have that. Almost none of the kids out of that school was ever really like selling dope. None. All the kids, almost most of them went to college. Okay, I was greatly blessed to be had all kinds of my life. But most young guys that's grown up with a single mom, they got a lot of mountains to climb, and that's why I'm saying it's not just, oh well, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, women can do the same thing. No, she cannot. She cannot. Women are trying their best, but they cannot. And a man and a father cannot. They trying to make up. They trying to make up for what the other spouse is not there to do. You understand what I'm saying? But to say that, look, it's the same. No, it's not the same. It's
Good
unfortunate,
brother.
but it's not the
You
same.
know what you like. So according to me, because I was raised by a single mother, right? And
Okay.
according to
Okay.
you, I'm not going to say that this is your stance. I'll use me as an example. You
Hmm.
know what I learned? That black fathers don't be around. Like that's what I learned. But my mother taught me well. Like you're sitting here talking about how I would have been so much better. Well, how do you know that? How do you know you would? And like I said, I advocate for black fathers being in the household, right? But how do you
Hold on,
know
Malcolm.
that?
Hold on. One
Your
second, bro.
dad.
One second, man. I'm sorry I mute you, but I gotta ask you this question. Listen, keep on talking, but I want to put this question in here, okay? And then it's on your mind, and keep on talking. Where's your father? I want to answer that question because I don't want to forget this. Where is your father at, Malcolm? What is your relationship with your father? Is he alive or dead? Go ahead, brother. You got the mic.
My father was
Say that again. I can't hear you. Say it again.
my father was unalived.
Okay. Okay. There's one. Okay, got you. So you never met him. You never met your father. He wasn't
Nah,
there. Clearly,
I
he wasn't
met her.
there.
I met her. My father was unalive when I was 32. He was unalive when I was 32. I'm 43. So he was unalive when I was 32.
Was he ever in your life at all, or he just didn't want to be?
Yeah,
What's going on with
nah,
him? I was wondering.
he was. I
Okay.
knew my dad my whole life.
Okay.
He just
What-
didn't want to, then he just didn't. He was on a different type of time. He just didn't
Now
want to
you
be
said
a.
you said, brother. You said right, he didn't want to be there, but you I heard you say a comment, Malcolm. Just ask, just plain devil's advocate here.
What?
You just said, if I'm not mistaken, you said my mother let me know. Listen, essentially, black father's not going to be there. Are you telling me
I
that you
never said
believe
my
that
mother.
most?
I never said my mother. I said from
Okay,
my
what did you say?
father's. I said from my father's actions. That's what
Okay.
he showed me. You know what my mother and my father showed me? My mother was willing to take care of me when my father didn't want to.
Now my
That's what she
question is,
like. If I'm looking at it on its face, right? On its face,
mm-hmm.
you know who was there for me? You know who put me on the school bus every morning from
Mm-hmm.
elementary to high school and college? And my mother was there for me. My
Do you
father
believe that
wasn't.
black fathers are a lost cause, Malcolm? I'm just asking. Do you
No,
believe they're a lost
absolutely,
cause?
absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
because you made that
I
statement, so I
advocate.
wonder. I'm just
No,
wondering.
no. I always
Okay.
said I advocate for black fathers being in the home, but
Okay,
I
that's what's
will
up.
not disrespect black women for having to
Oh,
do it by
absolutely,
themselves. Never.
absolutely.
I would never disrespect a black woman. Like I hear a lot of rhetoric over the internet on TikTok and Twitter. Like, whoa, oh, you should have chose better. And yo, you black women can't raise. Well, if they have to do it, what do you expect? If a black woman has to raise young black men of their own, how the fuck are you excusing the guy that left? The woman who's still there doing it by herself, you're mad at her, but you're not mad at the guy that left? The dude that didn't care. This motherfucker just checked out.
Hold up,
You're
if y'all
mad.
can, please, with the language, if you can, with the
Sorry,
language.
sorry. I
As
apologize.
far as,
I
mhm,
apologize, Brother Winston.
no
But
problem.
I see it a lot of times, Brother Winston. Like, yo,
Hmm.
they're mad at the mother, but they're not mad at the guy who just checked out. This is like, yo, I don't even want to be involved. I'm out of here.
Right
Under
now,
no
Malcolm,
I got kids.
go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Now I
sorry
was
for
going to
cutting
say,
you there. Go ahead.
I would say it's two sides to every story, and it ain't the same situation for each and every couple. That's for sure. Sometimes,
Absolutely.
like I said, I know a brother who the mom checked out and he left with the child. And so it all depends on what situation it's based. So it's a case by case basis for sure. But I agree
Fact.
with you saying that sometimes we just want to beat up on the mom, and the dad is like, I never had no intention to be with you. You was up with the child. I don't care. I dated a girl one time and she told me, she said, people don't understand when you a single mother, you know, you come home from work and then you got another job taking care of the kids at the house. And they never talk about that on TV. She said, I'm working two jobs. I have no free time. So I agree with you. I agree. I'm not debating. I agree with you. And also I want to say this too, Malcolm. I want to give you a hand, even though you don't agree with everything I'm saying. And that's what the debate is about. I came on here and I said, we talk about accountability. Did I not say that? We talk about accountability.
That's a fact. That's
Malcolm
a
came in
fact.
the comments. Malcolm left a comment I didn't like. I said, Malcolm, to me, that's offensive. Malcolm said, listen, he said, I apologize. And I was just talking about people apologize. And Malcolm said, I apologize out of his mouth. He said a perfect example of what a man should do. Okay. So let's give Malcolm a hand for that. Okay. Whether
No,
I agree
no,
with
I
everything he
don't
said or
want
not, he did
no.
that. And I
I
appreciate
don't.
that.
We
So I
don't
give him
no.
that.
We Brother Winston, we don't applaud fish for swimming. We don't do that. I don't
I
need
ain't
no
know if you, some
applause.
people not fish. Some people ain't even
Nah,
fish.
but
I'm just
nah,
saying,
we
tell you
don't,
the
we
truth.
don't,
You know
we
what
don't
I'm
applaud
saying?
that. I appreciate you for having me up. You dig what I'm saying? I think this conversation is constructive as long as people keep an open mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all that I
Right.
care about. I don't want men, black men, especially black men, my people. I don't care about any other men on this earth. I care about black men. That's all I care about is black men and black women. I care about my community. You feel what I'm saying? But don't get up here and degrade one another. Like fucking social media is extremely toxic, bro. Like every time you turn on TikTok or Twitter, all you see is us fighting. And that's what they want us to do. It's a cycle, a 24-hour cycle. Us fighting. What's the newest shit we can grab on? Excuse my language. What's the newest stuff we can grab onto so we can degrade each other? I,
Right.
I made a vid I made a video and I said white people normally they don't judge black people individually, right? They always judge us generally. So when one black person does something wrong, The entire black community has to atone for that because that's how white people judge us. But you know what I've learned being on this app? Black people do it more than white people. If a black person does something wrong, the entire community has to atone for that. Like if it's a black man that does something wrong, every black man on the planet has to atone for that. If a black woman does something wrong, it's not just her who did something wrong. It's every black woman. All black women ain't SHIT. And we need to
Malcolm,
get out of go ahead.
Marcus, finish your thought.
And we need to get out of that, good brother. Like, yo, I know we'll never be a utopia, right? Black, like no
All black
community will
men
be a
are equal.
will all like the black community when no community will ever be a utopia.
Right.
But we can't work backwards, brother Winston. We can't, man.
Right now,
Like
listen, guys. Listen,
how
yo.
is it worse? And
Right
I'm,
now,
I'm gonna
listen,
be.
yo.
Let me
I
just
gotta
finish
let
my
y'all.
thought, and I'm gonna be out of here. I'm gonna be out of here.
Okay, go ahead.
We look. We got to stick together, man. We got too many enemies to be fighting one another. You dig what I'm saying? Like we got too many enemies to be fighting one another. Like that's like
Absolutely.
fighting with your. That's
Before
like
you get
fighting
out
with
of
your
here,
hand behind your
before you
back,
get out
man.
of
Hold
here,
on. I'm
can
gonna
I
go
ask
through
you a
everybody.
question?
I'm gonna go through everybody after Malcolm. I'm gonna go through everybody, and we gonna get out of here. So that's why he gonna say his thing, and I'm going to knock him out, and we gonna go from there. Okay. So he finish it up and start. But I
I'm,
gotta go to
I'm,
sleep.
I'm, and
I
yeah, I
gotta go
know.
to sleep.
Who wants to ask me something? Who is that?
No, we're
That's
not doing
me.
that right now. I want
Oh,
everybody to
I'm
have
sorry.
their
I'm sorry.
final thoughts.
I
Final
apologize.
thoughts.
I
No
apologize.
problem. Final thoughts. I
Let's
gotta get out of here.
respect the host.
But if y'all want to go follow Malcolm or talk to him on his page, if he gonna do it live, y'all continue with him. But I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to sleep. So Malcolm, you done or you wanna say, or if not, I'm going to Rio because I gotta give him time too.
No, I'm done. I just want to, like I said, my final thoughts is we need to stop fighting each other. Like, don't let
All right,
social media dictate your actual reality. You know what I mean?
that's
Because
right.
once you turn this app off, this is not your reality. The shit excuse me, the stuff you see going on social media doesn't affect your day to day. You get up here and you see all these problems within the black community, and this is not what's going on in your real life. This is not your reality.
Right.
We
So I'm
need
gonna
to
let you end
fix.
it there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Thank you for having me up, brother Winston. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who listened to me.
Thank
Respect,
you. Thank you, brother.
respect.
And I want to say here, I see Linda Burnett left one of the best comments. She's, I love you all very much. There's people putting comments here attacking me, attacking Malcolm, attacking everybody in here because they saying something you don't like. That's not how you debate. You debate by listening to people say who don't agree with what you say. She says, I love you all very much. That's adding to the conversation, okay? And that's what we gotta do here, okay? I put this up, but I'm making this video. Oh, this phone acting crazy now. I I put this video up because I'm looking at number one, we need to be accountable, and number two, I believe this woman is definitely scamming, okay? And she's a part of the black community, and I don't want that to be cast as aspersions upon all of us, as the Carly Russell situation did also, okay? So that's going to Uncle Rio. What's going on?
Hey,
What's the last comments before we get out of here?
final thoughts, first and foremost, gentlemen. It has been a very, very constructive conversation. Everybody had something very good to say, and I do appreciate everybody's opinion. I appreciate the banter. I'm just going to say it like this: Malcolm's right. We do need to come together.
Yep, yep,
This social media is not our reality, and
yep.
I still do believe that they do need a two-parent dynamic household. My views is coming from a place of a guy who was neither raised by a woman or a man. I was in foster care my whole life, but
Mm,
that is what it is. But
mm-hmm.
I also believe that my black women, I love y'all to death, but
That's right. Your
most
man.
most of us, most of y'all, I mean, the accountability issue is a big issue in the community, but it's not only for the black women, it's for the absentee fathers who decided they did not want to, take care of what they created, and it always baffle and puzzle me how any man, especially a black man, because we're behind the eight ball society already, how they can walk away from something you created that's so beautiful. Just we need more stand up black men in the community. And everybody I've talked to on here and everybody in the comments, all y'all stand up black men to me. So I appreciate every one of y'all.
That's right. Thank you, Uncle Rio. Appreciate that. And if y'all could, for the last two, make these comments kind of quick if you can. The reason why I'm saying is because like my phone is having a battery issue. I just ordered another phone. I got to activate it. So it's on 15%. I don't know if it's going to shut off. I don't know what Samsung Galaxy is doing. This is a new phone. But that's what I'm dealing with from on my side. Okay. So that's why I'm rushing y'all out. It's not nothing personal. It's my
I
phone
just want
situation.
to say
So let's go
whether
on to
I
let's
just
go on
want
to
to say
Quan. The next person is Quantira. Quan, you muted? You unmuted now? We got to move on down the line. Quanteria, what's going on?
All I'm
Because you next
saying
in line.
is, I mean, just like the topic said, we have to all be accountable,
Right,
men and women, especially in our culture. We have to
right.
be accountable. And if women don't take accountability, men ain't gonna take accountability. If men ain't gonna take accountability, women ain't gonna take accountability. And there's just
Yep.
a reciprocal force that's going on. And we can't have it in our community if we really wanted to make it strong. That's what I'm
Yep.
saying.
Well, I want to give you a hand. Thank you so much for coming in here, bro. We got people from all over. I don't know where Malcolm is from. If you could tell us know real quick where you coming from. Yeah, all of you guys, just let us know. Just tell me where you
Arkansas?
from.
Arkansas?
You from Arkansas? Where you from, Malcolm? You still in the chat?
Yeah, my
Maybe you.
people,
New
Chickasaw
Jersey, New Jersey. I'm from New
Hold on, hold on,
Jersey,
hold on, hold on,
out of
hold on. Where you
Alabama.
from?
New
No,
Jersey,
where Malcolm
I'm
you from?
originally from Alabama.
Oh, all right. That's what's up. Malcolm, where you from?
Jersey,
What part? If you don't mind.
East Orange, East Orange.
I heard of that. I think I did some deliveries around there, delivering furniture and stuff. Okay, I see you. I be all up Delaware, man, all over the place. Rich, what's going on? We about
what's
to
up.
roll out. What's the deal?
No, I just want to say, regardless if she was scamming or not, the whole situation was another tactic to me to divide the black community. And I agree with what everybody was saying, especially about the accountability. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay, well we out. Number one, I'm gonna give everybody a hand. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably can't see these guys. I need to remember to tell people to turn their cameras on. I notice when I put it on YouTube, you turn your camera on, your face will pop up. You just appear up like this. For some reason, YouTube won't show you at all. So I'm gonna just, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We rolling out. People on YouTube watching this video, they're not gonna know who you guys are unless you tell them your name and your at and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna start at Malcolm. Tell them where they can find you, and then we go out. Malcolm, then next person, then Rich, and we out. Malcolm, go ahead. Where can they reach you at? On wherever you social media, where can they reach you at?
No, I'm just on TikTok, man. That's it. If
What's your name on
anybody,
TikTok?
I love. My name is Malcolm Hampton, man. Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, man. 64, 69. Y'all get it later. Come follow me on TikTok, Malcolm Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my entire platform is pro black, and that's it, man. I'm for my community. That's it.
Right. So you know about Malcolm X? We got Malcolm Malcolm H right here. You know what I mean? People was cheering him in there. Bring Malcolm back home. Bring Malcolm. I said, this is my joint. Oh, this is my check. Y'all with him more than me. I said, go into his live. You know what I mean? Quanteria, what's the deal, brother? Where can they reach you at? You still here? Don't tell me you went to sleep now. Come on, cuz. You in the bathroom. Okay, let's go on to Rich. Rich, where can they reach you at?
Man, they can reach me on TikTok at iRich, on Instagram, Rich Status. I'm tapping in from Dallas. You know, y'all tune in. I'm all about the community too. We out here getting active, helping out homeless, everybody. So definitely tap
That's
in.
what's up. That's what's up. Rich is spelled Yericch. Rich. And look, I know y'all want to hear this because I know y'all been hating on me in the comments, but you can also follow me too. You know what I mean? Y'all don't care about me. I understand. I understand. I'm just a little, you know what I mean, a little TikToker, but dang, y'all give me some love too. You know what I mean? I never seen nothing like it. The boy Malcolm H came here. He was talking like, you know, this is the white man that did this. He was talking like Malcolm X. I said, golly. I said, what about me? But I said, I understand.
Cut that
I ain't
out.
gonna,
Cut
I'm
that
not gonna
out.
let this being
Hey,
back,
yo,
man.
I
He
just
came back a lot
followed you
popular
too,
than
brother
me.
Winston. You make sure you follow me back, man.
Yeah, I got you. Listen, I appreciate all the love. I guess, you know what I mean? I feel like Rodney Dangerfield, you know what I mean? No respect at all. I feel like nobody don't care about me. But that's okay. That's all right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. God bless.